What up and welcome in. Hello, friends. How are we doing? Happy Wednesday. Mini, thank you for the 23 months, dude. Oh my. Bella, thank you for the 10 months. Truthful, thank you for the 5. Drifter, oh my goodness. Thank you for the 5 months, friend. You smell a stinky Goreo. Well, then you might want to wash your lip, because there's none here. You got it? Kooky, thank you for the subs, homie. Oh my. All right, let's get things started. Yeah? Yeah, I think so. Welcome, 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 welcome. Do I need to get this? Only if you want to. It's a different badge. You have to watch for another 2 hours to earn this badge as well. Yeah, any Phaz stream though. It's any Phaz stream. It doesn't matter as long as they're on Phaz. Bloops, thank you for the subs, homie. Oh, Bloops, thank you, friend. Tika, what up? Tika, how was your stream earlier, friend? How was your... I was sitting here thinking about it. I was like, I'm going to do an all difficulty today. And then I watched Tom's stream earlier. I'm like, damn, he's doing one already too? Good, I'll watch for some pointers. And then I was watching you do it. I was like, oh my God, we're all doing it. Got to collect them all. That's right. We're a bunch of badge hoarders around here. Yeah. Turned on an old video of yours and suddenly you're live. It's magic. It's meant to be. That's kind of how it's supposed to happen. Yeah. This badge that is currently available is the standard version of the animated. So if you don't care to have it, whatever, but I'm a hoarder of badges, so I go for all of them, whether it's static or not. So it's the same exact thing. Another 2 hours and you're good to go. Got to go to bed. Oh, no worries, Kooky. Thank you for the subs. Thank you. If you get the animated ones, you need the the animated version. Again, here, let's try this one more time. So you don't need to get it. It's a if you want to get it. There is no need. You don't need to get any of them. But are you asking, do you have to watch for 2 more hours to earn another badge? Yes. I don't think there's ever going to be a point where you earn one badge and then it unlocks a whole bunch of others outside of doing like the Apocalypse Challenge or something. Yeah. Need all the badges. Every one of them. Unholy, hello, how are you? I like my shiny subscriber. I know. Listen. But still, look, whether, to me anyway, maybe this is just me personally, I have badges that are my favorite badges. If all I have to do is watch streams to earn more, I'm pulling a stream up. Yep. No matter who it is, I'm pulling one up. I'm just here to watch. We appreciate you, Sparkle. Thank you. Thank you guys for the follows. Elvin, thank you for the biddies. If I buy the game, oh God. If I buy the game, will I have the badges I earned watching? Yes, you will. Because you will unlock them through Twitch. And then once you link your Twitch to the game you bought, you'll have all the badges that you watch. So if you watched for like the Twitch drops, if you watch for TwitchCon, if you watch for these, if you watch for the older ones, you're still good. You'll get them. Yep, indeed. Can I show you the badge? Yeah. When I go to the next scene, I'll show you. For sure. Squeak. I got to call you Squeak, okay? Your name is that. I have to call you that because that's how people see you. Let me do the all difficulty. Dude, it's been a while. It's been a while, but I thought I could spice things up. I thought I could maybe up my chances of getting Blood Moon on the diner. I'm just saying. Squeak the Blondie. That's right. But they don't see Blondie, though, especially new peeps. My friend wants to go straight from APOC. Oh, man. I mean, look, you do you, boo-boo. It's a tough thing to do. We've seen my luck when it comes to APOC 3 on diner so far. Not good. But you know what? We're going to have high hopes today. Paxton, Pig, thank you for the follows. Cue the Blood Moon. Listen, if I got Blood Moon on APOC 3, that'd be pretty sick. Yeah, Defini, hi friend, what's up, Mayor? I'm a badge hoarder myself. Just got the Ghost in the Machine a few days ago. Same with the animated Sweet Tooth. It's what we do. It's what we do. Until they give us more badges to get. We get all the ones we can. I think I have every badge that I could have. There's no badge where I could unlock it now. I'm past, we've got them all. Yep. CG, thank you for the 6 months. But yeah, let's get Phaz cracking. Get this all difficulty started. Created by Mr. Tomothy himself. If you guys know Mr. Tom, Midnight Society member, Tom NK21. Tom is a pretty creative little bean. He comes up with some pretty cool challenges. And this is one I think that is probably up there. What the hell? Is probably up there as a popular challenge because a lot of people like to do it. It is good stuff. Peanut, thank you for the gifted. Ruby, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Are we able to get badges from the past? Like what badge?
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
That was really, okay. Was that really quiet? Because I can turn that up. I'm making adjustments. I'm making adjustments. Did you get the diner badge? I did, yes. Yeah. I'll show you. It wasn't quiet? Okay. It sounded quiet for me. Thank you guys for the primes. Walk up, burst. Thank you guys so much for the primes. It's regular. Okay. So the whole reason for trying to do a shorter version of our Jeffrey Bezos is the attempt to avoid copyright when streaming to the tube. Yeah. That's the plan. Sassy, thank you for the prime. I appreciate it. Good volume. We can actually hear you. Okay. Yep. The cutout thing in the background scared you? What cutout thing? Hey, Wild West, I'm good. How are you? Johnny, thank you for the biddies. Callie, thank you. Blitz, thank you. I know the full, listen, the full version is our jam, but listen, we have to adapt. We have to adapt, okay? Got up to insanity before having to restart the mimic. Oh, the mimic. Damn you, copyrights. Damn you. Listen, I understand. I respect it. It's fine. Callie, thank you. Funny that Twitch doesn't have an issue with that specific song. Well, you know, I guess, I don't know. It just depends. There's like certain stuff that gets caught by them. YouTube is way, way more strict. Way more strict. For anybody that's curious what drop it is this one. Twitch is weird. I mean, listen, it is what it is, man. I respect it. If we start getting cracked down even more by like that sound or other sounds, we'll just adjust and use different sounds. It's not the end of the world. It's fine. But thank you guys for all the subs. I appreciate it. Can confirm. Yeah. They'll hit you for everything. They'll hit you for random sounds that you add. If you don't own the right to it. Oh yeah. It's not the same badge. It's the non-animated version of the badge. Yeah. So this is the standard version. The other one was the animated. Animated is gone. See you later. Goodbye. See you later. Deuces. This one is the standard version that's available from now to the 25th. Yep. Yep. Evangeline, hello. I did, Juju. I hope you had a good day too, friend. Thank you. Was it a problem while streaming? It's the VOD. It's after. Yep. After I see that it's been hit like however many times. Yeah. Way more intense. Yeah, and it's not a strike. They're not strikes. It's like, it's basically it's demonetizing is what's happening. Yeah. So I've got to be careful, SpongeBob. You know what I mean? Got to be careful. Thank you guys for the hype train. I appreciate you. We are doing Tom's All Difficulty Challenge today. If you guys don't know what that is, we say Tom's because Tom was the creator. Long story short, the way that this works, let me get to, I guess it doesn't matter. Long story short, we are doing every difficulty that the game defaults from amateur to APOC 3 on the diner. Perfect game. If I do not get a perfect game during any of these, I go all the way back to amateur. We could get to APOC 1, APOC 2, whatever. I screw up, I start over. That's how that goes. Oh yeah, the donut's still on the screen. Yeah. So here it is. Amateur to APOC 3 at the diner. We're going to do our damnedest. We are going to try. If I screw up, we go back. I got to get a perfect game. No questions asked. Yeah. It's a good one. It was a really great idea by Tom. I love it. Love it, love it. We've done it a few times. Is the live notification broken? I got a noti this morning about the stream on Monday. What? You got a noti this morning about the stream on Monday? I don't see a notification in here about the stream. What? I see this one here. I see the video I posted earlier today. I see the video I posted yesterday. I see the stream from the 17th. I don't see that here. How do you get earned drops as an Xbox player? The same way that everyone else does. Yep. When you go to the main page of Phasmo, I'll show you here in a second. So, oh gosh darn it. Would you just leave me alone? Let me out. So when you go to this main menu, when you first log in, you need to go to this and you need to connect Twitch to your account. And it's the same. The same. Casper, my day was good. How was yours, friend? Yep. Customs are out of the chat. Oh yeah, no customs. Absolutely not. Nope. Nope. You play the default that it gives you so that everybody's on the same playing field. Yep. So can you die as long as you get a perfect game? No, because it's not a perfect game if I die. You feel me? You picking up what I'm putting down? And if you guys didn't know, this Sunday, 12-hour stream, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 100K celebration stream. It's going down. It's going down. Early good night Bloops. Have a good one, friend. Oh, my Lanta. Oh, my Lanta. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate it. I'm hyped too. It's going to be a fun day, man. Can we see the Nell badge? Yeah, you're literally staring at it. Where's the standard? Do I have the standard version? I unlocked it. Maybe it didn't claim for some reason. Let me go to drops on my own page. Off work Sunday. Nice. Nice. Yeah, there it is. All right. I wonder, I might have to restart. I assume that I might. Let's leave and go back in. Oh, look, there it is. It's this one. So this could be you. Can dead players see UV footprints? Yeah, I believe so. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure you can. I play a lot of solo, man. The things you can't see as a dead player are like dots. You can't see the ghost breath if it's a Hantu. Some of those things you can't see. You can't see an Obake shapeshift. Yeah. Angel, hello. Yeah. So yeah, you can see UV. So I mean, and listen, if you and your dead friend have a way of communication where they're asking you, hey, did you see this evidence while they're in the house and you're not? And you say, hey, if you saw UV, then throw something on the ground in the truck or something. Whatever works for you. Best tips for beginner, always know where to hide. Always have an escape plan. You can't see dots as a dead player. No. Hockey, think of the 8 months. As a dead player, you cannot. All right, let's put on that badge. Are they back to back now? There they are. It is so subtle too. The animation on this badge is very subtle, but there it is. So there's the standard badge. This is the one you can earn now. This is probably the closest, in my opinion, to like the standard and the animated and standard badge looking almost identical. They're very close. Thank you guys for the follows. Mr. Blue, Doc, Lol, hello, what's up, KN? Ninja, hello. Okay. Well, we need amateur. The giant skull over Nels when you're dead is all gray. It's still cool. I haven't even, I don't think I've seen it as a dead player. Yeah. I did do it. Yeah. I completed this one. This one? Yeah. The 50 maps. Hey, Chuck, how are you? I hadn't noticed we couldn't as dead players. Something new to tips and tricks. Oh, yeah. Careful, SpongeBob. Yeah. Spicy Pam, thank you for the 28 months. I don't think there's any shoes at Nels for me to F. Is it true you get a special badge for doing the Easter egg in the new map? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You keep upgrading your house? Oh, my God. Oh, my word. I need to fix my overlay. Hold on. Once I fix my overlay, we're ready to rock. It would be cool to see as a dead player. Yeah. Typically, I don't know. If we die, we just leave. All grayed out, no features. I think I saw an image someone posted of it. Ready to rock and roll. We're about ready, yeah. Just about. Let me fix this. I forget to fix this at the beginning of every stream. There we go. All right, let me get going everywhere, and then I'm ready to go. Made it just in time. What up, dude? F the mustard pin. What the hell is wrong with you? It's a sick world we living in. Sick world. Give me that. Go over there. What is my favorite part of streaming? My favorite part of streaming is being able to communicate with you guys. That is my favorite part of streaming. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. All right, we're ready to rock. Hey, Infinite, what's up, dude? I love the hiding. Listen, Doc was getting out of hand with the mustard. Okay, we had to put it. We had to put it down. Not him, the mustard. Do you wish you could stream other games? I do stream other games. What do you mean? I'm not like contracted to only play Phas. Yeah, I have an entire playlist on the tube. Absolutely. Head to the right side. You're good, Cap. No worries. You're good. Welcome in, friends. We are doing an all difficulty challenge today. If you are unaware what that means that we are going from amateur to APOC 3, the default settings that the game provides. We're doing this all at the diner. Our goal is to get all the way through every difficulty. This was created by Tom NK21, our buddy Tom. And if I screw up and don't get a perfect game at any point, I literally have to go all the way back to amateur, no matter where I am. It doesn't matter. Is the Sweet Tooth card new drop? They're both titled Sweet Tooth. It's just one is animated and one is standard. The standard version is the one that's available now. Yeah. Yeah. Just thank you so much for the gifted, dude. Alrighty, well, no better time than now. Let's go. Amateur first. Yeah. Amber. 23 months. That's nearly 2 years for streamer stuff too. Oh, you knock it off. Was I really? The first one? Holy crap. I'll be lurking here soon. Break someone. You're good. No, you're good, Relentless. You're good. Is it the same badge? Well, what do you mean is it the same badge? One is animated, one is standard. They are different badges, as why they specify one is animated and one is standard. So the animated one already happened. Now it's the standard badge. If it was the same badge, then there would be no difference. They wouldn't specify animated and standard. Yeah. You feel me? We good? I think we're good. All right, let's go over here. Do this thing. Thank you all for the follows. I appreciate it. We good. It does move. It is. I was just saying it earlier that it's probably one of the most subtle animated badges there is. Yeah, you have to look. It's really, really subtle, man. This one is not as drastic as some of the other ones, which it is what it is. Yeah. RL music. Yeah, man. Whenever I used to do a cinematic maps in RL, I would use songs like this. Ever get scared? Absolutely. Yeah. It likes to move it. That's enough. I'm sick of you already. All right. Amateur. We have ourselves a 5-minute timer, and I believe the power starts on, right? There's orbs to be found literally everywhere. Let's go. Let's all go. Make it more difficult, tier 1 to start, and then go to tier 2. What you don't want to do is you don't want to overcomplicate it. And if you're like, okay, you can go from tier 1 from amateur to this, tier 2 from here to here, tier 3 here, tier 1 over there. You have to crouch for the rest of Nope. Keep it as simple as possible. Why amateur? Because I'm scared. What's wrong with that? Just watched one of the shorts. Welcome in, dude. Chris, thank you for the 4 months. All right. Let's start the way we always do. First, we need to find out where the ghosty is. Hey, Crouton, what's up? First time catching live? Welcome in. Good luck, honk. Doesn't matter what difficulty you're on. You better honk that damn thing. All right, let's find out where ghosty is. Power is... I want to find out where the power is first. Even though the power is on... I swear to God. This hallway haunts my dreams. It turns them all into nightmares. Oh, you're not a mare. Oh, look, the bone. EMF 5. Okay. All right, power's over there. Roger that. Snowing in fast today? Well, it's snowing in this map for now. Yeah. Honk it real good. Had the flu. I hope you feel better, man. I just got my flu shot the other day. Hey, Sober. What's up, Shauna? All right, so we have EMF 5 already. Roger that. I've got to get into Media Brain, though. That's one thing I have a problem with, is getting into Media Brain. Hey, I've got to get Media. What's the badge that we earn? Is it? Yeah, it's the Sweet Tooth. It's the standard version of the badge. So it's just the non-animated version. Yep. Okay. Well, timers are running. That doesn't really matter too much. Let's bring a camera. Let's bring a video camera. Let's bring audio. Let's bring all the medias. Courtney, thank you for the gifted subs, Fran. Thank you, Fran. You have the flu too? Listen, guys, you got to knock it off, all right? Please. Please knock it off. Feel better. Plans for Thanksgiving. Going over to my wife's mother's house. She's hosting this year. We hosted last year. Yeah. Snow, thank you for the sub. Welcome in, man. Wait, can it be a mare? No, mare's already off the table anyway. All right. Orbital check. No orbicals that I can see. Let's put this guy like there. That'll do. That'll do. All right. Get a picture of that guy. Any sounds you want to do? We could do an EMF 5er if it wants to do the thing. Yeah. Lacey, what's up, Meggers? Hello, friends. Oh, you suck. It's not even here. It's in the hallway. Gross. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, no word to be found anywhere. Dude, I swear to God. So much toilet paper on the floor. I know, these people are animals. Absolute animals. All right, put that there, put that there. I'm gonna leave all my media here. Put that. Everything else gone? Okay. I'm gonna go get more things. Doing perfects? Yeah. I have to do perfect game. If I don't get a perfect game, we start over. Which means I would just have to do amateur again. Ghosty heard I like the hallway. Ah, this ghost sucks. I hate it. Hey, Spongy, what's up, dude? Cody, welcome in. Hello. Ghost trying to make a ghost costume with all the toilet paper? All right. Ray, thank you for the year. Sorry, I've been working a lot. No worries, man. Listen, IRL will always and forever come first. Always. You got a pardon? You what? No, I heard you because I wasn't screaming in the game. She didn't hit me with a bean this time. Oh, yeah, that's right. She doesn't have any beans to throw. I've got to order more. Don't do that. Leave Frank alone. You're welcome. Yeah. There's a lot left. Oh, there's plenty. Will you do all Nell's Diner runs on this? Oh yeah, this is specifically just for Nell's Diner. This all difficulty is just for here. Hey Demon, I'm good. Our sanity is going to take a million years to drop because it's amateur. So, plenty of time. What the hell? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Where are you? Nothing so far. Are you in the hiding spot? What the hell? What the hell? All right. What do I need objective-wise? Oh, I need a video and a photo. Okay, that's cool. What the hell? Bonanza, thank you for the biddies. Hey, Galaxy, what up? Thank you, dude. Same drop. No, that's why we said new drop. It's a new one. It's the standard version. Ghosty, what are you? You're going to be a Goryo back here, aren't you? Okay. You're going to be stubborn. You're going to be a ball hole. All right, let's get more stuff. I'm going to go get all the things. I'm not going to wait around for it. We're going to go get motion sensor. We're going to go get a firelight. I need to figure out what the cursed object is so we can take a photo of it. One complaint about Nels is that there's too many whipped cream canisters. I think some people would celebrate how many there are. Spat, thank you for the 5 months. What up, dude? Sanity-wise, we're basically set. I mean, as for early hunting, Raiju near electronics, but beyond that, I mean, for the most part, we're probably gravy. But let's get this guy, let's get that guy, and this guy so we can get some easy videos. Will Mrs. Flash join us on Sunday? Probably not. Will she stop into the stream? Probably. Will she play? Probably not. Yep. Turn on the close sign at the window at the entrance. You know that that's an open sign, right? Kay said, thank you for the prime. Hey, Cass. What's good? We're chilling, friend. They very specifically put a light up close sign. Get out of here. Oh, no writing. All right. Let's do this. Let's do this. Yeah, I hate that book too. That book sucks. I mean, you're close enough. I would like to see you set that off, though. That'd be super. Ever upload the video when Miss Flash played? I don't think I uploaded one of the last time. I have 1 or 2 videos up of her playing, though. Hey, Meow, how are you? Can roll out a shaded event in the same room? That's not necessarily true, because if it was a shade that was in this room and it had evented on me in here, right? It's a matter of it not being able to... You don't... Okay, was that... What? Oh, okay, all right, well, okay, all right. Relax, relax! Calm down! Well, it's not a Goryo. Did I get the motion sensor before? Listen, dude. Oh my... I swear to God. Suck, lady. I hate you. I hate your face. It's gonna be a wraith. It's acting like an Oni. Okay, not a wraith. Roger that. Okay. This is no time for a soda pop, ma'am. Yeah, this is amateur. This thing is going ham. What else do we need for an Oni? Freezing? Let's go get it. Stay. Stop it. Oh, look, it's freezing. EMF, bone, freezing. Disturbed, salt, fire, extinguished, object thrown, motion sensor in 3, 2. You crossed off writing. I know. I was there when I did it. That was Oni expected. Ah, it's not even close. Don't even try. I need a video of this stinker, and I also need a photo. Dot photo. Let's go. Boom shakalaka. Shakalaka. This is a crazy amateur ghost. Come on, do it. Right to me. Right in the face. Nope, that's not what I meant. Right behind you. No, it's not. Cursed object time? Maybe. Maybe. A photo of your Dot's breath. I'll wait for my breath to come up. What do I hear? Besides Jeffrey Bezos. Would you come on already? Misinterface, thank you for the prime. Hello, friend. Have you tried saying please? No. Catherine Marsh, will you please show up with a singing ghost event? Please? They said you'd show up if I said please. Catherine? Catherine? This is one shy Dot ghost. Have to pretend like you're giving up? Okay. All right, well, I guess you don't want to do it, so I guess I'll just go ahead and leave. All right, I'm out of here. the game's been. Night Raptor, this ghost is being a weenie. Yeah, you juggling items doesn't make you any less of a weenie. Okay, how about we do this instead? Give me all the media. We know what it is, so, I mean, we have... Yeah, no shit. Wait, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Haha! Get wrecked, idiot! Yes! I have to be careful. She could kill me. If it's an Oni, my sanity is going to be draining faster. Let's go be careful, yeah? Things are getting good. Yeah, now she's getting real spicy. Should ask it if mayonnaise is an instrument. We already know the answer. There's no need to ask her. Got it. We can take a picture of the cursed object. We've got all the objectives. So what? One sound, one photo. We're out of here. Cool, cool. I like it. Thank you for the follows, friends. Hello. Let's get that just in case. Because look what she's done to my sanity. We don't need her to hunt. We don't need it. So there's no point in risking it for the biscuits. Although, no, because one photo. Oh, well, although. Depending on what the cursed object is. I didn't see the summoning circle, right? You know? Oh, if it's the cards. Oh, woof. Why amateur? Because I'm scared. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Mighty, thank you for the 10 months. All right, Ghosty's still here. Let's go look real fast. Darn. Oh, darn. It might be the mirror. Yeah. Damn. Okay. Photos, videos. We need one more audio. What do I have? I mean, really, I could make life super simple and just do this. Okay. Ghosty. Always forget the sub sounds. Galaxy Quest theme song. It's the only way to have it. Well, it's going to be one or the other. You pick. Blow that out or eat that. How can you play solo without being scared? Time. The more you play, the more confident you become, the less scared you are. The ghosty will still, you know, spawn in your face and brown your jeans. But besides that, though, 3 neither? No, it's going to eat it. Give it like 5 seconds. It's fine. Ready? Nope, I don't want that one. I want one of these. No. Nope, not trapping me, heathen. Oh, I saw you. Hey, how are you? There we go. There we go. There it is. Sounds, videos, audios, objectives. We got the bone. That means we're out of here. Bye, Grandma. Miss you. Is it the ghost browning your jeans? Yeah. For us, basically. Amateur down. Let's go. Next. Next. Lost power for a second. Oh, no. Don't do that. There she is. Full. Ready to go. Next. Be sure we actually circle the ghost. Good to go. So BJM has a good... Wait, what? Ty!
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Ty, thank you for the biddies. Oh my goodness. There we go. Amateur into book. Look at that. Still got 1,100 bits because I did the weekly and also the daily for that one too. Nice. All right, on to the next one. Let's go. Now this one, for intermediate, you have 2.5. I believe it's 2.5 seconds for your setup time. Average hunt grace, average hunt duration. Sandy pills restore some sanity, so a little bit less. But the fuse box starts off. This is the big one. The fuse box starting off when you go from amateur to intermediate. So careful, SpongeBob. Let's go. Back to the diner. Oh, Ty, thank you. 2.5 minutes. Did I say 2.5 seconds? 2.5 minutes. You know what I mean. Hush. Wait, thank you for the gift. You know what I mean. Jessica, no. Oh shit, it is Jessica. I was confused for a second. It's snowing again. Gosh dang it. All right. What do we have this time? Any orbs? Any lucky orbs? No. Not in the mood. No up snow. Okay. Oh, 3 unique photos, motion sensor, sound recorder. This time I'm going to go in there with a photo camera. I think we should. Yeah. Maybe I'll get lucky and like knock out some media really, really early. We'll try. Let's go. So yeah, you don't get 2.5. I don't know why I thought it was 2.5 minutes. So for intermediate, you get 2 minutes. 2 minutes, which means the ghost can literally not hunt you for those 2 minutes, no matter what it is. Do I have any videos about the setup, like the graphics? No, because mine's very in-game generic. There's nothing special about my graphics at all. Yeah. Nothing special, man. Oh, the horn. Thank you. There we go. Thank you. All right, ghost. Ghost with the most. Who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. Ghost, you'll show up. Stop it right now. I swear to God. This hallway can die. Oh, look, the bone. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. Just throwing trash in there. Great. All right. Well, it's over there-ish. God dang it. Kai, thank you for the gifted, dude. Thank you. There we go. Juice is loose. We're ready to go. Giz, thank you for the prime. Started playing Phas. Stuck on the default 100 brightness for the longest. The main reason I turned up my brightness to begin with was so you guys could see more, not me. That was the main reason, to be honest. It's a lot easier. It's a lot better just in general for you guys to be able to see the game better than be able to see nothing. Do I stream every day? No. No. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday at 1. And that is all Eastern time. Gamer, thank you for the 9 months. What up, homie? Hey, Retro, how are you? Give me orbicals. Thank you. Temperatures? 3. Okay. We'll put the book in here and go get more stuff. Actually, you know what? Give me this. Just in case. Just in case it does a thing, you know? We will see. Azera, what's up, dude? Lil, hello. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. Studying for an exam? Nice. You want to write in the book? You write in the book, I can get a sound. All my sound will be done. Or not. That's fine. We'll come back for you, lady. Let's think about doing a 48. You lost your giblets. Get out of here. Twisted, thank you again. Calden, thank you for the 8 months. Jeffrey Bezos. Writes in the book immediately. Shut up. You know that that's exactly what's going to happen. Hey, give me this. Give me that. Give me one of those. Let's watch this real fast. Oh, Jesus. I have no recorded video yet, right? How you do breaks on a 12-hour? It just depends. I mean, the one that's happening Sunday, I'm going to be having lunch during stream, like while we're here. So, I mean, break-wise, I don't know, like, I might stand up here or there, but like, I'm not taking any extended breaks or anything. It's not going to be written in. Look, we're staring at it. It's not throwing anything either because we have the lights on. That explains it. Thank you guys for the follows. You're going to write in it the second I leave, aren't you? Could never? I'm usually fine. What part of this challenge you think you might struggle at? Honestly, getting all the media. Getting all the media. Isn't flickering lights a video? It is, if you get it. Any of. You haven't touched anything. You ain't done nothing. Where are you? It's all my audio. Goo. Relax. Brent! Thank you for the subs. Appreciate you. All right, so all the sound is done. It is intermediate, so I will get another piece of evidence. It's just a matter of what, right? I was like, the orb is still here, yeah? Yeah, okay. No, I saw it. I backed up a little bit. Yeah, Matthew, I was thinking the same thing. I backed up a little bit. I saw it. If I do this, probably make it a little bit easier, yeah? Just in case it floats in the turlets. Why is Ghosty not doing anything else? You're going to do something the second I put this down. I knew it. You little bastard. Got it. Bone. We have freezing temps. I don't know if we have ultraviolet or not. I needed to touch a door. A little cold over there, just a little bit. Touch Nanor. If it touches the door, it saves me having to go get salt. But really what I could do is I could go get a photo of... I'm going to have to get a motion sensor anyway. Let's put this back. Let's go get... Yeah, let's go find the cursed object. Do that first. Hey, Claus, what's up? Oh, son of a bitch. I found it. All right, let's go get a motion sensor. We'll get some salt. Make sure this is not a mimic. I swear to God. The second I leave, you butthole. You shut this door, right? Hey, tell if it's a mimic. You'll have more evidence than you should. Is this one of those shower combos I heard about? Take a dump, take a shower. What the hell? All right. Wait, I've already got the cursed object. Let's go get the motion sensor. Listen, sometimes they require one, you know? Just saying. Don't act like you haven't. You're not better than me. If you play Nightmare, any difficulty that you play that gives you evidence, you're going to have an extra piece of evidence if it's a mimic. It's getting in your head. What am I drinking? Coffee. All right. Let's get salt. Let's get this. We're at 80 sanity. So we're fine. If it's an Onryo. If it's not an Onryo, then we're not fine. I have all my sounds. I need 3 videos, which this would be 3 videos. But we definitely want to be careful. Coffee. It's the correct way to say it. Roger that. Lurker while doing assignments. You're good, Megsy. No worries. Let's go. Do I drink from a Keurig? No, I drink from the cup. I don't have a lighter. stand right here. What kind? The kind that I have right now is the Joffrey Haunted Mansion coffee. Shit. Potato, thank you for the sub. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Hey, bro, what's up? What's up, bruh? Are you gonna leave, please? Walk out the door. Here, we'll do this. It just pooped in the sink. Lurking doing some chores, you're good. Salt, motion, orbs, that guy, this guy, that guy. It pooped in this sink over here, which is woof. Why would you do such a thing? I mean, really, I could do a photo of the ghost if it wants to show up. For false information? What false information was that, Vampy? Hit me, dog. Let's go get a, crucifix and stuff to be safe. Ain't your bruh. Oh my god. What photos do I not have? No, I could do an EMF photo. You're right. EMF photo for video though. Oh yeah, I could do the firelight blowout. Yeah. We can do that. Let's do this. Do that to be safe. Do that. We've got a firelight. I'm gonna grab another smudge because we don't need anything else. Should be good. If there are tarot cards, you should use them. There's not, and I won't. Thank you, though. But I do. Well, no. I don't have to use the cursed possession if I don't feel like it. Yeah. I could. And I have, and I will. But I don't have to. All right. Let's put you like there. This. That'll go off. That'll be the EMF right there. We take a photo of that. It's about to do a blowout though, so when it does that, we're going to take a video of that. Get a video, take a photo of the EMF. Make sure it's an Onryo and not a Mimake, and we're good. Roger that. Trashy Panda, thank you for the sub. Welcome in. Enjoy hazelnut coffee. Yeah, the thing I liked about the Haunted Mansion coffee is it's like it's got mocha. It's really good. Any day now. It's just one firelight. And let's do this. Do that. Okay, so we know what's walking around in here. We didn't get to see UV in the salt. True, but I can keep checking for UV on the doors. Yeah. What I don't want to do is light the circle. If I go to light the circle, you know what's going to happen. Switch rooms. No, it just was walking behind me. I heard it set the motion sensor off. Thank you for the follows. Welcome in. It's a little nervous. You're not fooling me. Nope. I'm not going to go take a photo of that because if I go to take a photo, you're going to blow this out. Not doing it. I'm not falling for it. Can't change rooms? I thought I could change rooms on intermediate. Can it not? I don't remember. All right. That's the objectives. That's photo. That's video. That's a Nor touch. That is more no UV. Now it's going to do everything but that. I know. Hey, Goat. I think the odds of this being a Mimake are extraordinarily low. Extraordinarily low. What up, Foxy? How are you? Live free or died? Well, guess what? I'm free, so I can live. Small chance for it. There we go. Used circle the other day. Got instantly hunted. Yep. Yep, it'll happen. Careful, SpongeBob. Careful, SpongeBob. We're going on, Rio. Yeah, if this is a mimic, it's continually going back to mimicking an Obake and not leaving UV, which I think the chances of that are extraordinarily low. Onryos can change rooms. You're thinking of Gorios. Gorios can't change rooms. All right. We got the bone, yeah? Yep, let's get out of here. Intermediate done. Playing 3 evidence. I'm doing the all difficulty challenge, which means that I was on intermediate. I'm about to go to professional. So 3 evidence for now. On Rio. Nice. All right. On to pro. Let's keep her rolling. We're in a vibe. We're moving. If we got the animated version of the Sweet Tooth, can we still get? Absolutely. Yeah, you can have them both. For sure. Yeah, yeah.
There's been no reports of violence or sightings, but please remain careful.
All right, let me make sure this is good. Yeah, of course. Of course. That's what we're here for, friend. Hey, Gamer Rock, what's up? Gotta collect them all. Damn right. Maybe one of these days they'll give us the opportunity to give away another VIP badge. That'd be sick. I'm kind of hoping for that. I have ads coming. Oh, it's not snowing. Thank God. I have ads coming, friends. So what we're going to do is we're going to halt right here, okay? Andrew Kemper, 3 unique photos, video, firelights. And it is beautiful outside. Let's go. All right. I'm going to halt right here while I play ads. So I do 3 minutes of ads every hour. So that way, if you guys are not subbed and you don't have turbo, you guys don't miss any gameplay. So I don't want to be in the middle of a round and then someone pops in and they miss it. So it is a perfect time to go get a snack, get a drink, take your meds, do all the things, take a stretch, whatever it may be. But 3 minutes and I will continue playing, friends. But we wait for you. Tumbleweed ran away from it. Yep. Tumbleweed wasn't having it. Cool. Cool. Dark Wolf, I'm good. How are you? Tumbleweed's going on a break. It's going on a break. Thank you guys for all the follows. If you guys are not already in my server, by the way, the server link is there. So are the rest of the socials. If you guys want to get notified about anything, I've got different ping rolls. I post across all socials, you name it. We've got a lot of info about Phaz inside of the server. Lots of stuff. Perfect time to do the homework. Do the homework for 3 minutes? Rate Nels 1 out of 10? I'd give it like an 8. Yeah, it's really good. I'd give it like an 8. Free Haven, thank you for the 9 months. It's a baby. And that means that it's named Andrew Kemper. Andrew Kemper, the baby. Watching streams while having dinner. Nice. What are you eating? You know, my wife she has pushed me to the other side and has been making me dig sushi. It's just something I never really ate. I don't know. It's just, it wasn't because I was like, oh, I hate it. But I think the ones that I tried, I never really liked that much. So I was like, I don't know. And then she just was like, we should try more. It's like, okay. It's been great. It's been awesome. Yeah. So good. Pokeballs, those are really good too. Yeah. Join the server or Flash will take. Okay. Relax. Ads are running. Yeah. Yep. If you don't have ads and you see this screen and you think you should have ads, it just means that you're not being served them right now. Which, I mean, if you're not subbed, don't have turbo, good for you. Sushi can be a hit or miss. Yeah, the ones that we've tried, though, at our local places have been all hit. They've all been good. I only eat sashimi when in Asia, but cooked rolls always. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What did I try? We had rainbow roll. We had... What did we have? Hold on. What was it? I can't even remember what we had. It was one's called Queen, Green Monster, Shrimp Tempura. Oh, they were all so good. Yeah. I made sure I went out and got some for my wife to take to work tomorrow for her. You Hey Arnolding me? You know, it's really funny. That's my ringtone on my phone. So my son will randomly just start singing the Hey Arnold theme song. Makes my heart happy. Been too scared to try it. Oh, it's so good. It's really good. I have not tried boba tea. Nope. I haven't. Ads are almost over, friends. We have like 10 seconds. The restaurant definitely makes a difference. Your favorite is a spicy crab roll. Yeah, there's one that's not as close to us. That's just a little bit further away. That was really good. Yeah. Okay, Artsy, relax yourself. Didn't say Pokeball. Get out of here. Stupid. Stone Cold is not my theme. No, it is not. Lucky you. Hey, take it. That's a win. Apparently Stone Cold and I share a birthday. Have a reputation. Nikki, thank you for the daily heart me. Ay, ay, ay. All right, we're back from ads. And while we're here, we might as well. Can I show you the difference? I can't right here, but I can show you the difference when we go back to the lobby. There, I can show you. I can go back and forth between the two badges so you can see. Might as well while we're here. What's up, Ozzy? Welcome in, dude. All right. What is it going to be? Man, a lot of mods choice. All right, mods, your choice. Speak of the devil, there's Tomothy. Oh, hi, Tom. Tom, I swear to God. And that's the bottom line. There he is. There's the devil that created this challenge. I was singing your praises, Mr. Tom. I was singing them. Oh. Sounds like the wheel isn't balanced. It is what it is. Merch. All right, we're doing a merch giveaway. The mods hath requested. How's it going, Mr. Tom? Those of you that were in here earlier, we were talking about Mr. Tomothy. We are doing his all difficulty challenge. I told them, I was like, dude, funny enough, I was planning to do your all difficulty today on the diner. I got up this morning, saw you streaming, doing the all difficulty at the diner, and then I was watching Tika do all difficulty, and someone else, I was like, dude, everybody's doing it. All right, give me a second. I'm going over to the merch store right now, and then we will give something away. I don't know. What kind of merch do you guys want? What are we doing? What kind of a giveaway is it? And that's the mods line because Stone Cold. It's a ting. It is a ting. I don't have any hats in there yet because there was no hats that I was like sold on yet. I do have a mug. I do. I does. Big Mama, how are you? It's getting cold, so a mug or a hoodie. Speaking of coffee, do we do a coffee mug? It's been a little while since I've done a coffee mug. Do you want to, oh, hey, how are you? Or do you want a FlashForce logo? Should sell the black hat. Well, I don't make these, or Fourth Wall doesn't make these specifically. Applesauce. What the hell? Mill, thank you for the 15 months. Get a bucket hat. We could do the bucket hat. Hey, how are you? All right, you got it. Done and done. Let me go through the 20 step verification to make sure that it is actually me, and then we'll do the thing. Listen, I appreciate the safety, you know, but at the same time, ay caramba, right? If he doesn't take me out to Nell's dinner at Nell's Diner, I don't even want to go, right? Go over to the authentication app. It's really, 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 really easy to enter these merch giveaways. It's just a matter of getting to the merch giveaway. That is the fun part. We are getting there. How do you get to talk during your streams? I never can. I just tried earlier today, but nothing. What? Do you still have to pay? Oh, yeah. Because there's a bottom line. I don't create the merch myself. Yeah, that's not mine. Like, it's made through another vendor. So, yeah, I still have to pay for it. Imagine a diner. They did do a diner event. They did do an IRL diner event, but it was across the pond. So there was nothing I could do about it. I mean, I couldn't be there. All right, there it is. Exclamation point enter. You could win yourself an oh, hey, how are you mug. If you guys don't know what that looks like, it's right there. They're requesting hydration. So here we are. Thank you guys for all the follows. I appreciate it. Would love one. Well, this is your chance. This is your chance. Once there's a winner, we'll go back in. We're on professional now. Gonna watch Wicked. Oh, nice. I'm gonna watch it with the fam on Saturday. Yeah. Saturday. Do I need to be on? Yeah, you have to be on the purple app for giveaways because I can't do cross-platform. Yeah. Pittsburgher, GG's. Enjoy the mug. Pittsburgher, make sure you click the redeem link. If you lose it in chat, you can always do ! Redeem, and then it will show up for you, friend. Yeah. Callie, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Hello. How was your stream? Hi. Hey, how are you? All right. Good to go. The question is, are we getting another ice? If I get nothing but ghosts in that back hallway and in the bathroom, I'm never playing the diner ever again. Ever again. It was good until we ended with a mimic. Oh, no. Listen, mimics are fun, though. What do you mean until you ended with... You mean you were lucky enough to end with a mimic, right? Right? That's what you meant to say, right? Diner band. Absolutely. Andrew Kemper. 3 photos, 2 video. Wait, sorry. Excuse me. We need 3 photos, a video of the ghost, and then a firelight. Now, this is where it can get a little dicey. So we are now going to officially go in with a smudge. Just in case. Just in case. Listen, that back hallway is just the bane of my existence. I have gotten so many ghosts back there and I hate it. I absolutely hate it. All right, let's make sure we're rocking what we need here. So right after our lighter, we have the flashlight in our hand, followed by the EMF and then the smudge. So we can walk around like this and then get the thing if we need. All right, where's our juice? I might as well go back to the hallway. We know where the ghost is going to be. I dig they put... I'm glad that they have a door over there as well. Bro, I swear to God. Are you in this bathroom? You can carry 4 items. Well, as long as one of them is a lighter. I don't care if the ghost has to pee. I'm so sick of being back there. Rage quits. Tired of it. Give me the crucifixes. Again, better safe than sorry once we start getting to these difficulties, right? Any orbs want to come flying out of the potty? That'd be nice. Headlamp, yeah. No? Not in the mood? Callie, thank you for the 2 months. At least it isn't in the hallway. Yeah, yet. It's not there yet. The diner coffee. Excited for the mug. Yeah, absolutely, dude. GG's. Of course. Oh, wait, while I'm here, I got to fix the thing. While I'm here, I've got to fix the thing. I'm glad you said that. Mrs. Juice, thank you for the 23 months. And Sonya's got a toe shirt. Well, thank you, Fran. I'm on pro right now. Yeah, essentially I'm on pro. All right, I need this, followed by this, with a side of one of these. Go there, do that, do this, do that. Groovy. Groovy. Okay, I'm ready to rock. Let's go. Let's go. The sound changed? It did. It's shorter now. Yeah. I hear you. Okay. It's still doing things in the pate. EMF 5. I like. right, let's put this. Wait, what? Touch the locker. I can't read it. Okay. Let's do this. We have hiding though. All right. I've got one there. And I'm going to put the other one over here. Yeah. Yeah. We'll put that one there. I like it. All right. EMF 5. Is it true that the entryway isn't a ghost room? That's correct. This is the only area that can't be a ghost room, the foyer. Yep. Have you learned anything about a Yuri ability on the front? Oh, the bar doors over there? I think that anytime the ghost touch those like bar flaps, I think they always fully open or fully close. So I'm not sure that you can use that as a test for a Yuri ability. I don't think so. I think we just got lucky the time that we checked. All right, give me this, give me this, give me this, because it's passive. 90 sanity, we're good. Really what I could do is I could just go through that way, but I don't know. At this, with where the bathroom is, I don't know if it makes that much of a difference. Thank you, Jamie. Absorbent Bubble, thank you for the 5 months. Hey, Kiko, welcome in. All right, the smudge is there behind me. Degrees. Get plunged on. What is this with like throwing crap into the mirror? Anybody else notice this? Okay. All right. We're just setting up shop because I got to go get media. Is the Tanglewood update coming this year? No, they said next year. You can go check their Trello to see updates on things. The Trello is public, so it is available for everybody. Yeah, the badge. I do have the badge for the 50 wins. Yes, I do. Ghosty, want to do the things? I don't think I've recorded any video yet, right? Oh, you bitch. What prestige am I? 20. Kind of looks like the... Oh, twice in a row. It's a Goryo. It does. This angle right here, this does look like Five Nights at Freddy, like it's going to come running down the hallway. It really does. That's the max. Yeah. Is it true that if your friend dies, you take a picture of the body, you get insurance money? Nope. That was something that was believed like years ago. Yeah. That's been a claim from like years ago that has been more than debunked. No. You don't get insurance money based on taking photos of dead bodies. You get insurance money based on the difficulty you're playing. If you're on amateur, intermediate, you get money back. Not all of it, but some. I believe on amateur, you get 50%. On intermediate, you get 25%. And on professional, you get no insurance money. That is the third time those dots have showed up like that, by the way. EMF 5 dots. Yeah, this is probably a Goryo. I'm just guessing right now with the way these dots are. How many badges do I have? I don't know. I haven't counted them. I'm not sure. Come on. Show up for longer than 2 seconds, you butthole. Oh, it would just be nice to have the video, you know? It is a tease. Listen, if it's a Goryo, it's a really small room. It doesn't have far to go. But, you know, it could throw me a bone here. I hate your face. I hate it. Just do it. We have seen the dots probably a good solid 8 times already. Not a single one of those times was it there long enough to record it. Nine. Hey, Gothic Raven, how are you? Welcome in. Why are you this way? It was like that close. Did you see it? It was like that close. Whatever, dude. I hate your face. I hate everything that makes you what you are. You're the worst. I hope the worst for you. Absolute menace. Such a troll. What a jerk. If it's not a Goryo, I'm gonna be pissed. Let's do that. Nothing. Oh, no. I just instinctually went to take a photo of it because the EMF was going off. And it stopped. I hate you. All right, put that there. Put that there. Give me this. Oh, wait, I already have a door. What door was that? Was that over there? Was that the motion sensor? All right, media brain. Excuse me. Ghost says not today. I know. Thank you. Turn that off. I'm just going to hold record. Well, we know for sure what it is. Just go get stuck on the toilet or something. What do you think? Come on, big guy. Come on. What do I have? Motion and door. Okay, next time I could record something. Just go pot. You're like, go. You can do it. Need to bribe it with a steak. Think the steak will work? All right, let's go get a steak. Have the day you deserve, you stupid Goryo. All right, let's go get the Goryo a steak. There we go. All right, we're gonna bribe it. Arthur! Thank you for the raid. What up, homie? We're giving the ghosty a steak. We're trying to bribe it to give me dots. Like, trying to bribe it so that it'll... Stop it. Okay, that was my bad. That was my B. Way too many lights. Okay, there we go. All right, the steak is yours. Now show up. Ah, you know what? It probably does want a toilet steak. You're right. There we go. That's better. Now that's better. Ghosty's little motivation. Yeah. Sometimes you got to pay him off, you know? Ray, thank you for the biddies. Burnett, thank you for the sub. Arthur, how was the stream? Such a meaty plop. I know it is. Unfortunately, we have a Goryo that is showing up for dots for roughly half a second and disappearing, so I can't get video of it. Okay. I don't need that. Nope. I said no. I could do that though. Made it to APOC. We're getting into that tomorrow. Nice. Were you doing all difficulty? Got it. Eat my ass. Stupid. Sorry. Tried 2 or 3 times before. Got bopped in insanity. Yeah, the ghosties can be absolute jerks. Don't hit me with the flash of what did they call it? The flash of judgment? What? How many videos do I have? All 5. But I just wanted to try and get it for principle. Why does it feel... No, I guess they're both on. It just feels dark in this hallway. What does it mean when the lights go red? It's an event. Flash of judgments for the Goryo. Good. It deserves every inch of it. Hey, Peanut, what's up? Sounds, please. No. It's just... Did you just throw your steak? Hey. What the hell? I said what the hell? Record. 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 Record! Did that count? Okay. What am I recording? Okay. Eat your what? You heard me. I'll say it twice. Okay, okay, okay. That's good. Don't need that anymore. Now I just need photos. So what do we need? Translucent, dirty water, EMF. If it is a Goryo, dots ultraviolet EMF. Ooh, I'm gonna go get EMF. I mean, UV. Get up. Let's go get a UV. Cursed, bone, all the things. All the things. What do I need objective-wise? I need a video. Oh, no. Well, I can still... No, that's fine. I can get a video of the ghost when my book is full, so that's fine. How does Burn learn not to scream when every ghost event in the game? Oh, that's just a matter of time. It really is. The more you do it, you know? All right, I wanted this guy. I wanted that guy. What do I need? Firelight, that guy. We take a picture of the bone. Have I even seen the bone yet? The mist form doesn't count as a video of the ghost because the mist form is not the ghost. If that makes sense. No, wherever the mist ball is, that doesn't mean that the ghost is in that same spot. You trying to prove a point? Get out of here. All right. I do need the video camera. I do need this because we need a video of this stinky. Here, blow that out. Why do I use tier 2 incense and not tier 3? I don't want to stop the ghost in its tracks. I want it to keep moving and get the hell away from me. So I could do a bone photo. I don't even know if I know where the bone is. Yeah, the mist form is media. Correct. But it does not count as the ghost. Jesus. Is that the ghost? Got it. You know what? Here. Here. Eat that. Get yourself something nice. All right. Do I have the camera on me? No. Let's go get the camera real fast. I know, it keeps going all the way to the end of the hallway. What a crappy Goryo. All right, I'm gonna leave that there for you to blow that out. You have fun with yourself. We're gonna look for the boner jam. There you go. Now I can use it for my advantage. Thank you. Where, oh, where did the boner jam go? Is every Goryo crappy? That is correct. All the Goryos suck. Why? They're not even really a ghost, you know? Hey, Withering Witch, how are you? Translucent, dirty, EMF, and... Oh, yeah, I guess I could just go ahead and do a summoning circle, couldn't I? I thought I did that already. Did I not? I must have done it in the other one. I'm losing my mind. Hey, Roxanne, how are you? Last game. Okay. Roger that. Well, now we can just pick up the bone. Wherever it may be. check all these areas near the ghost just in case it decides it wants to hunt. Then we'll be okay. Doing okay. How are you? I'm good. Oh, now you want to crap in the water? Oh, my Lanta. And there's a fart ball. So we've got all of our photos, our videos, our audio. We know it's a Goryo. Give me that. That's it, right? Going on a boner hunt. Freezing boner? Correct. Roger that. Ribs in the freezer. Yeah, I mean, they didn't have any meat on them, to be fair. Poor soul passed away on a cooler break. Well, you know, it's a Goryo. We don't care about them. Goryos don't have souls. All right. Good, good. Goryo, bone, media, good. We're out. We out. I did circle Goryo, right? Okay, good. Good, good. Hey, Mira, how are you? Thank you guys for all the follows. Spirit, thank you for the biddies.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs.
We knew it was a Goryo before we even got our final piece of evidence because we could see the ghost inside of the video camera and not in person. 'Tis how we knew. All right. On to Nightmare. Let's go. We're moving and grooving, dude. Moving and grooving.
Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
If you guys are curious about your drop progress, if you go to twitch.tv/drops. Yeah. Forgot I was watching live. I was expecting a cutscene. Oh, no. Heard a lot about you from time to time. Want to stop in and say hi. Well, welcome in, Gwen. How are you? Hello, hello. Oreos suck. They do. They do a lot. Ronald Myers, capture a photo, ghost blow out of firelight, and 25%. And we are on Nightmare. And you're not what I wanted you to be. Whatever. Whatever, dude. Whatever. All right, give me this. I'm going to do thermo this time. Let's do the thing. Frickin' Ronald. It's okay. All right. Let's do, you know what? Actually, I lie. Let's be a little safe about this. No, not a blood moon. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Firelight, capture a photo. Let's bring these inside. Let's bring this inside. Yeah, that'll be good. Didn't expect to keep going. It's a different badge. Yeah, there was the animated badge that was from the 11th to the 18th, and now the standard badge is from the 18th to the 25th. There we go. Put those in there. Give me this, give me this, give me this. All right, let's go. So our sanity still starts off the same, but we just want to be safe about it. I heard it over to my right. That might be near the dining area. All right. Power's on. No music box. No mirror. Boner Jam is in here. Oh, you're good, Gwen. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Stuff's on the ground in here. But it's over here? Are you a twin? Are you twinning? Interesting. Isn't that just interesting? Okay. Isn't that just interesting? Well, what is our twin evidence? EMF, spirit box, and freezing. Okay. It could be twins, maybe. I don't know. It could be the ghost just roaming out into that other room. Anything's kind of possible, right? All right, let's get, what'd I say? EMF, spirit box, freezing. Let's do this. I've already got a thermonermer. We do one of those. Let's double check this real fast. Oh, look, there's orbs. I should have checked. Orbs in the kitchen. Well, that immediately gets rid of twins. So now it's just a now it's just a game of what the hell are you? All right, get this, this, and this. Finally, not a hallway ghost. I know. Chef ghost. Wait, it could be the butcher. To be fair, it could be. All right. There we go. No, I don't like that for the sound. Did I catch it too late? It's fine. Let's put this here. There we go. Let's get more stuff. Could be mimicking twins. It could be. Yeah. Thoughts on an Alcatraz map? It would be too large. People say the prison is already too big. Can you imagine Alcatraz? That'd be way too large. Do you think the next map will be? I think the next map will be a revamp. If I was a betting man. All right, Ghosty is moving out here a bunch, so you know I'm gonna play it safe and put one out here too. Yeah, me too. I needed a photo anyway. So, thanks. Not the butcher, though. Shit. Nope, I can't. None of my media's over here. F it. Well, it can't be a shade, so that's good to know. Well, it could be a shade anyway. That's fine. You doing anything to make me think you're any of these? Not really, not yet. No. Okay. CJ said the next map is Tangle. That would make sense, because they said that they wanted to do Tanglewood next year for a revamp. That makes sense. Yep. All right, let's look in here. I can't see. Oh, there we go. Okay. Orb is still there. It blew out the firelight. Awesome. We technically don't know about this, or this yet. Ooh, I guess I could do this too. Might get a possibility of some recordings. I imagine the first update next year is Tangle character model. I don't know. They said that they were going to do part of the character customization this year, so I don't know if that's true or not. Hard to say. What's up, Logan? Ghosty, want to throw an object? Give me an easy video, please. I think they already have the next actual new map sketched out. But a toy store would be amazing, especially since all the sounds they did of the doll room. Of the doll room. That could be, I mean, I feel that'd be so many objects. Ghost, what are you doing, dude? Per the Trello, Tanglewood and character overhaul are in progress. Yeah. Nothing? Oh, you suck. All right, let's play safe, yeah? What I might do is I might go just look for the bone to get it out of the way. Here in the photo, yeah. But it can't be a phantom anyway. I hear you. Relax your stuff. All right. HR chucking stuff. Let's do dots. We'll put it above the thing. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Where are you? Are you here? Probably not. Oh. freezing. Fury, thank you for the 6-month prime. There we go. Does he pay attention to both? Yeah. All right, let's go on a boner search. Be cool if they remade one of the I don't know if they're gonna. Not that I'm aware of. I don't think that they have any plans to do any maps that like it's a house that exists. You know what I mean? Oh wait, I know where the bone is. Never mind. We did find it already. I just never took a photo of it because we didn't have a photo, or I mean, we didn't have a camera. Doy. There it is. All right, so we got that. We got that. Did I see the cursed? I looked a little bit, right? We didn't see it. It's not the paw. It's making eggs. Oh, gross. It's the cards. All right, well. That means those are done. They're gross. I need 4 video. Oh, damn. I need all audio too. Let's go get more stuff and things. Let's get stuff and things. Pull the cards. No, you pull the cards. Yeah, how do you feel about that? You do it. See West, think of it as 6 months. Fine, I will. Good, do it. Fine, whatever. Video wise, what can we get? We can get, what did I say? Orbs and freezing. We've already got orbs. So that means we could get firelight. That means we can get salt. Yeah. Okay. Can you eat the cards? I guess it just depends on where you buy them. Will you get the badge if you have it playing but the screen is off? I don't know what that means. If you mean literally turning the monitor off, I'd say probably. Yeah. You have both now. Hell yeah. Monitor is a possibility. There's been one firelight blowout, so I need to remember that. On your phone. If it's, you're asking if you can get it on your phone when the screen is off. Maybe? It does have to be playing though. Oh, you suck. There we go. Oh, like audio. That I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. I'm not sure. I assume no. Shows up as playing on the lock screen. It does work. Oh, there you go. Some people are saying it does work. All right. So we've got salt, door move. Oh, I could get motion sensor too. So there's been 2 firelight blobs. Let's do one more. Jesus Christ. Oh, it threw bread at me. Hey. Not very nice. What the hell? What the hell? It's telling you to eat your cabs. Hey, wake up. Again, when he shows up, I'm on it. Where you at, idiot? No, we already got that. Nope. I'd say not a non-Rio. Yeah, You throw bread at people and it's so funny. Negative. Think they'll do any more prestiges? I don't know. Hard to say. We could turn you off though. Shut up. Okay. Salt. Door move. Orbs. If it decides to throw something again, I could record that. Things are expensive these days. I know, right? In this economy, Ghosty's just going all willy-nilly. Oh, you're right. I don't have a fire video. Touche. One more audio would be good too. If I checked for Mimic. Right now what I'm doing is just eliminating it one by one for the other ghosties. So I checked for Spirit Box, but I absolutely will check for UV. The hell did it just throw? Right now I'm just like so hard focused on media. Ghosty. Hey Jana, how are you? Nothing? We already have that. I can't get it twice. You did Spirit Box with the flashing on. What is the flashing? What? With the flashing on? How many burns does the tier 3 cruise have? 2. If you get the flashlight on, the flashlight doesn't matter. It's about the room lights. That's what matters when it comes to the Spirit Box working or not. Yeah, you're okay. Oh, Ghosty. All right. Let's go get the motion sensor. No, you're okay. No worries. All right, let's leave that there. First time watching? Well, welcome in, dude. Thank you all for the follows. Welcome, welcome. How are ya? Grabbing a smudgy. We'll grab this guy. I did not plant that, so that's okay. Oh, whatever. It's fine. Go in there, go like this, and I'll bring this just so that way we can make sure it's not a mimic. Thanks for the videos and the shows. Think of it amazing. Taught me so much. Oh, I appreciate you, nerd. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. What do I want to do first? Got this. Yeah, that's fine. If I play Phaz off stream. If I'm playing with friends. Ow. Are you walking around here? Tis the question. Has it moved? Love the shorts. Thank you. Okay, it's still here. Shy, thank you for the raid. How was your stream? Ghost, you literally just set this off. Thank you. All right. More sound. Do I play with viewers? Yeah, typically once a month if we reach my goal. On the purple side, yeah. We have fire extinguished. We have paranormal laughing. I could get the video of it doing this. So we'll do this, and then if it doesn't give us sound, but it does this, then we'll do that. We know you're here. Blow that out, please. Come on. Come on. Hey, Blue. Come on, do the ting. It's hard to remember. It's really hard to remember everything. Absolutely. It's a lot to remember, man. Infinity, welcome in. How are you? Don't be laughing. Ugh, not in the kitchen. All right. One video, which is this one right here. Ghost needs to wake up, right? Not like that, though. Ugh. We have standards around here. Got a disturb solve video. Just finished the chores. How's the challenge going? It's good. Tis good. We're on Nightmare. It's either a Rev, Yuri, or a Hantu. I don't think it's a Hantu. I think it's either a Revi or a Yuri. If I were a betting man. But I need this ghosty to do the thing. The reason I don't think it's a Hantu is because it hasn't really been kicking the power at all. Tell it to do the roar. Ronald Myers, do the roar. Ronald, it's your birthday. Blow out the candle. Oh, happy birthday. Oh. All right, there's the sounds, there's the videos, there's the photos. 25%. Or so they say. Oh, dang, he's old. All right, let's see. Got a smudge here. We've got these here. I'm probably going to go turn the lights off in the kitchen. I've heard cards drain sanity. Listen, all it takes is one hanged man card and it's over. I have to start over again. I'm honestly better off having the ghost event on me and me walking into it to drain my sanity. All right, let's put that there. Let's go get the other smudges just to be safe. Oh, come on, just one. Get out. Chronically, think of the 5 months. Will we get new Ghosts and Horror 2.0 update? I don't know. Yeah, you know, I mean, you know what I know when it comes to that update. I don't have any like insider information or anything. Shadows, thank you for the 3-month Prime. Welcome in. All right. Let's go get that other crucifix and move it away. The chances of getting a hangman are very low, but that means that there's still a chance. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. The news sounds weird to me. I know. I know. Now, with me being here, I assume that I just lose passive sanity by being in this room, right? Because there's no lights. Unless this is the only... I don't know if that actually preserves your sanity. I would assume it doesn't. Low, but never zero. You're saying there's a chance. Hey, Pikolov, how are you? Ghost needs to do the thing. I mean, really what I could do is I could take this and go sit in the ghost room and just hope it events on us. Because if it does that, then our sanity will drain quicker. So, we'll hang out. I have 2 smudges. We're fine. How funny if the I know. One of the ghost events, it's just sitting in the booth, just snapping away at one of the songs. Do I still do ghost gambles? Very rarely. Very rarely. What I want to do, which I still have yet to find, I need to reach out to somebody about it. I want to do a ghost guessing that's not just random. I want to do ghost guessing where you guys actually use your knowledge. Okay, I like playing Tarot Roulette too, but not when I'm in the middle of a challenge that can reset me all the way back to nothingness. You can pull the tarot cards, and what happens when I pull all the tarot cards and then it takes me all the way back to 100 sanity? Then what? See, Ghost thinks the same thing. Ghosty agrees. See? Huh? Huh? It's not a Ure. There we go. That's a Revy or a Hantu. That's got to be a Revy. That's got to be. That's the price we pay. On a normal run, I would do tarot. On this, no. Absolutely not. Scared ever since you got 3 hangmans in a row. Damn. Thank you guys for the follows. Hello Kitty, hello. Loves. Hig. Dumblug, hello. Azo, K-Blood. Could be a lazy Hantu. Yeah. It could be, but man, like not even a single time. Right now we're sus of a Revy. Just sitting over here just in case. Where's the temp? It doesn't matter. You know, someone was asking about this. Hold on. I just wanted to prove it. Yes, the ghost can get line of sight through there. I forget who. Somebody was very curious about that. If the ghost can get line of sight through that, that's 100% proof that it can. I should leave these lights off, shouldn't I? That's a Rev, all right. There we go. All right, give me this. Give me this. Sit here like this. I mean, might even get lucky and the ghosty might event on us. There we go. There we go. Does the ghost shut the little gate? Shut the little gate, the diner table during an event or a hunt? The diner table? Are you talking about the... Oh, God. The flap? I couldn't see the ghost. Didn't trust that one single bit. Not one bit. Because if he would have walked through that door, curtains. Curtains. Did we reach this yet? Yay, we did it. Love you. Bye. Have a happy birthday. And the ghost getting in the little room. Oh, yeah, you're in the map. It certainly can. This little area here is in the map. You're out here. As soon as you walk in here, Ghosty can kill you. Yep. All right. It stayed a Revy during multiple hunts. I think we're comfortable with that. Ms. Hightower, thank you for the biddies. The ghost birthday was great. All right, so there it is. There's our sounds, our videos, our photos. We have the bone, we have the objectives, we have the ghost. We out. We out. No, they're not putting you in timeout for asking a question. They're putting you in timeout because you repeat the same question over and over and over, and then they warn you and you continue to repeat and complain. That would be why they put you in timeout. Yeah. So when you can't listen, they have to, you know, put the dunce cap on and punish. It's kind of how it goes. Revenante. Nice. Nightmare. Done. On to insanity. Nice, nice. Hey guys, to the follows. Welcome in, friends. Hello. Hello. Someone's in trouble. Well, they just don't understand the concept of comprehension, which it can be difficult sometimes. I understand. Insanity is a true challenge. Oh, no. It's once you start getting to the apox, that's where it's going to be interesting. First ghost finding was a shade. Oh, they're very boring, but at least they are what they are, right? Why tier 2 salt? I like it more than tier 3. Yeah. What's up, Cam? What up, Cam? Ooh. Ooh. All right, let's see. All right. We do have ads coming. This is actually really good timing. Someone was asking you, by the way, the difference between the cards. Here it is. It is extraordinarily subtle. You see the movement on the card? You see it down here mainly. The fog that's rolling through the back of these little parts over here. And then there's the non-animated. It's extremely subtle. So this is the one you can earn right now, though. Yep. If you give someone who's never played this one piece of advice, what would it be? What I always say, understand what hiding is. Learn what hiding is and stay alive. Yep. Always know where to go. Always have an escape plan. All right. I'm going to go ahead and do ads, guys. I do 3 minutes of ads every hour, so you guys don't have any ads that happen in the middle of games. So this will remove all pre-rolls by us doing it this way. So I'm going to do them right now. If you're not subbed, if you don't have turbo, you get hit. Don't worry. We're literally going to wait right here. Not going anywhere. Ba-da-ba-da, ba-da-ba-da. Ba-da-ba-da, ba-ba-ba. Oh, sorry. Just read the challenge. It's going to be brutal soon. No, it's fine. It's fine. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. What if you get your first blood? Listen, if I get my first blood moon during this, I don't care. I'll at least get it. Finally. Sounds ruder than I intended it. No, you're okay. You're fine. Thanksgiving smoothie? That's correct. You heard that correct. Hi, Katie. How are you, Fran? Mrs. Flash is doing well. She is doing well. We've, this week and past week has been like nonstop driving the kiddos around for both of us. So lots going on. Lots of things, but good things, though. Blood Moon on APOC 3. Listen, I have to get to APOC 3 first. That's a little preemptive, is it not? Is it not? Notice Mayor. What did Mayor say? What did I miss? Bella, thank you for the gifted to Bianca. Hi, Roxy. Ew. Slowly getting used to the game. Nice. I never feel like I'm used to the game, which I think is a good thing, in my opinion. There's always new stuff to be had. Why is the chat not moving now? What the hell? They meant notice them. Not me. Wait, what? I'm so confused. Haven't had time to play Phas myself, so I live vicariously through the stream. Well, I appreciate it. No, Mrs. Flash doesn't play mini games. No, very few and far between. She's not much of a gamer. Usually if she's playing games on stream, it's because we're forcing her to. Typically. She has played Phas, I think, officially 3 times now. I believe so. If you guys are here and you're curious about the drop that's happening right now for this card, it is active till the 25th. The 25th. All right. We are back. I have an eviction date for little man. That's the biggest bright side going on. Oh my God. What is the eviction date? When you kicking him out? How soon is it? Getting induced Monday? Holy hell. Please keep us posted, friend. Obviously, take your time, please. Please, but definitely keep us posted. The fam's good, Bryson. Thank you, thank you. Fam is good. Thank y'all for the follows. Hello, hello. All right. Let us now move on, yeah? On to insanity. This is when it starts to get a little spicier. So this is where you get one piece of evidence. You have no cursed possession. You start off at 75 sanity. There's way less hiding. It starts to get real spicy. So we're going to have to be really careful about our sanity on this one. You know. Got your drop. Nice. Wayward. Thank you for the sub. Welcome in. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Tim, you don't want these Hans? You won't show me orbs right away. You won't do it. Actually, I kind of don't want orbs. I want like EMF 5 or something. So I just cross off a mimic. Just get it out of here. It's fine. Firelight blowout, 3 videos, and incense. Corpse, thank you for the 7 months. All right, let's go. I'm going to go in there with a smudge, a firelight, and this. We're going to go get intel. That's what this is. It's going to be intel. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look over here and see if the breaker is by the diner entrance. No breaker there. Okay. So that means that I could always start over here instead. I wish my feet were a little bit louder, please. Thank you. Lucky honk. Oh, hey, the breaker's right there. You're right. You're right. I can't go. We got to go do the honk. We have to. Roxy, I'm excited for you, friend. I'm excited for you. Honestly, welcome in. We can immediately get the breaker. We're on insanity, Jester. Yeah. Listen how loud it is. So this. What the hell are we wearing? Breaker's on. Now we search. Bone / curse possession. Wait, no, there is no curse. It's insanity. We need the bone. Hey, hiding in the locker. Let's go. Sorry, curse possession on the brain. Bone. Oh, shit. It is here somewhere. Oh, Jesus. Put some pants on. He's protecting the men's bathroom. All right, so it's not a shade. Good to know. You know what? We'll come back. All right. Where's the boner jam? Oh my God, it's literally right there. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Well, we know it's back there somewhere. But that was a singing ghost event, which means they can't be a shade. He's guarding the bone. No, he's not. Bone by the front. We're okay. I'm going to go ahead and do one of those just to be safe. I'm not exactly sure where it is, although it did blow out a firelight over here. So, possible hallway ghost? The new map, the diner, yeah. Yeah. Jesus Christ, you banshee. Are you a banshee? You stalking me, you nerd? Hold on. 2 singing ghost events. Feels like it's getting closer and closer. Yeah, it's acting like a banshee. If it is a banshee, ultraviolet orbs or dots. Bring this. Bring this. I have a video camera at the door. Let's do one of these. Gonna say Banshee. It's acting like it. Yeah. We'll find out soon enough. If it does the scream, that'll be class act. Let's put down one singular salt. One. Give me this. Taking a little bit of a risk. I know, lots of noise. If it did the Banshee scream like immediately, that'd be awesome. Hey, damn. Narumi, what's up? It's not coming to us. I might just need to go back there. That was a little more over that way, was it not? It might be in that back hallway. You know what? Let's not sit here and risk draining sanity for that. Let's go take this, this, and this, and hopefully not die. Hey, Sky, welcome in. Stream is good. How are you? I think it's here. We're just guessing. Let's put this there. Check our temps. 14. 15. 15. Ooh, a little bit colder. Maybe it's actually over here. F this hallway, dude. F this hallway so hard. Wait. Did I not just hear it over there? Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. This is so confusing. Give me this. Give me this. Give me this. I don't know about twins. All right, it's not setting any of that off. I heard it over there. I swear I did. Where was that switch? Where was that? I just heard a switch. Ah, not a mare. Two degrees. Okay. Found it. It's not echolocation. All right, what do we need? Bring this. Prefers the cold? Yeah, a little bit. It's close to it. All right, there's 2 firelight blowouts just in case shit goes down. Any orbicals? No. But it is 2 degrees here. 1 degree. Yeah. Yeah. When is our pizza date? I think I'm going to do it in the middle of the day on Sunday stream. So Sunday when I do the... Oh, no, back off. Hey, no, gross. Ew, ew, no, no, no. You're, first of all, you have no pants on and you're in the kitchen. Let's start there. Sick bastard. Are you able to get both drops? Yes. No, no, Jay. There's no drops on. No, it's only on Twitch. I don't think YouTube does drops. Not that I'm aware of. Health code violation. Yeah. Difficulty. I'm on insanity. What's the cookies? Hey, Sassy, what's up? Playing fast currently. It's an Onryo or Goryo with the 3 firelights. That's an Onryo. All right, walking around a lot inside of there, though. So we do not have our evidence type just yet. All right, I'm going to not take any more of those though, if I can go without. Let's go. Let's try. It smells like an OSHA violation. Thank you for the follows, friends. Hello. You passed the bone. No, I didn't. What ghost have we ruled out? Well, we know for sure that it is not a shade because it was singing. All right. So this would cover that. This we could put like here. Yeah, that's pretty good. That'll do, pig. That'll do. At least put on a hairnet, right? Oh, gross. Oh, God. There you go. Just saying. Shades don't sing? No, they do not. It has been something that's been proven over time. Coffee, waffles, bacon, waffles with bacon, cheese omelet. All right, order up. Dots can still be a banshee. Yes, they can. I mean, we had a banshee the other day that was not giving me banshee wail at all, right? Do you remember that? All right, we need this. We need this. Okay, we've got that. I'm going to bring in another smooge. Do we know if the ghost can move the plastic flaps? They can walk through those. Absolutely. Yeah. How do you know it's not a mare before the dots? I know that it's not a mare because it turned a light on. Yeah. Oh, and it's forced evidence. Yeah. So we're not going to have a DO. Yeah. Forced evidence for a DO is parabolic. And it's parabolic is the spirit box. We're not going to get it. Well, yeah, it's like 2 degrees over here. And you have no pants on. Of course you're cold. That's a silly thing to say. Does this arise you? Am I crazy or did my heartbeat seem pretty freaking beady baba? Oh shit. Don't you sack of shit. Why rise you suspicion about the heartbeat? Because there's some sort of bug where the your heartbeat is louder for some reason whenever it's a rise you. I say we think it's a bug because we don't think it's intended. I think it might be a Raiju. Hi, Coco. Lost and found. Can you imagine a diner having a lost and found and then you find your pants? Not again. No, no, no. Wait, do I already have it? There we go. Mist form. Got it. Okay. God dang it. Stop farting on me. That's where I left them. Pulls them off of the grill. Don't think it's an Oni? Yeah, I think you might be right. You might be right. Oh, come on. Sorry, I was entranced. Ghost got a little excited there. Eey. Eey. All right, I need 2 more videos. I need 4 photos. We're falling apart. The ghost creamed. Yeah. You know what happens. Happens to the best of us. Why have I only seen dots like once? So Ghosty has no pants and is now creaming in the kitchen. That's correct. Yeah, and it's farted like 5 times. So like pink eye is inevitable at this point. Does it leave UV? No, just ectoplasm. Oh, Jesus Christ. Good Lord. My mouth was open. Oh. That's a yikes. That's a yikes. Definitely could have gotten a video of that. Actually, wait a minute. What did I do with my lantern and stuff? Hold on. Oh, God. They're too far away. They're too far away. Okay. What I'm going to do... Give me this. I'm going to get video of it eating the crucifix, and then I'm going to smudge. That's my next goal here. I saw you, you bastard. No, you can't record the plastic flaps moving because that's just the ghost walking around. Nice. Oh, Jesus Christ. Try to murder me with mustard. Oh my God. Stop it. Got it. Okay. It would be nice to walk through here. Hit this. I think it just left. Hit this. There we go. Just bought myself 90 seconds. Good deal. Let's put that there. Let's go get more stuff. What do I need? Videos were good. I need 2 more photos. So that's EMF. Possibly dots. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, yeah. EMF in the bone. Oh, yeah. That's right. All right. Give me this. I should have brought the camera over here. Biscuits and butter. Biscuits and butter. It's payback for hiding Doc's mustard. No, listen. What do you mean payback? That animal, that absolute animal. Payback. All right. I should have like 40 seconds. A dots photo would be delicious. Would be scrumptious. Let's put this and try to cover as much as possible. Like there. Okay. You are still here, right? Yes. All right. Okay. Dot photo, come on. Dot photo. Let's go. Let's go. I do have a smudge at the ready. Yikes. is it not dotting anymore? Why? Sold. Eat my ass. We know. All right. Let me go to the truck one more time. Is your ass on the menu? Yeah, it's right below the bacon. Yep. While he shows his, you know, I offer mine. I think it's only fair. All right. We have electronics over there. If it is a Raiju. Got it. We got the bone. If it is a Raiju, we will hear the speed of this thing when it takes off. Gluten-free buns. Hi, Glay. Extra crispy. Only if you're Brotator. Mr. Glacius. Hello, sir. All right. So it should try to hunt again. Where's the cruci? There it is. I don't know. That sounds kind of normie. Right? That's not speeding up. That's not speeding up. Yeah. I didn't turn the other lights on. Oh well. That heartbeat was so bass boosted. I guess not. Well, you know it's not a phantom. It still could technically be a banshee. I have dots over there. It would, if it was, yeah. If it was a Raiju, it would be speeding up already. Yeah, it's literally walking through the motion sensor. So, absolutely not. Definitely not a Raiju. No. It's a weird sound. No, it's not an Oni. It's farted on me like 17 times. I don't know if it, I don't know if it actually came over this way for us to check salt. So we'll check on this one. A cola to go? I got you. So once it hunts on this one, I'll get up a little bit closer. Can the ghost see you through these doors? No. No, it definitely cannot. Leaning Banshee. See, I'm really not. Like, even that was over near the kitchen. Not near us. The lights are freaking out, and I don't know why. Walked in the salt. Pretty sure it's not a yokai. You got confused there for a second. Yeah. Had a banshee only stalked once and never did the scream. I had that the other day. You're gonna burst my lights, aren't you? Oh, nope, you're just gonna do that. Delicious, thank you. I don't think so. You tell me Banshee or a Ure? It could be a Ure. No, I'm on insanity. I'm only going to get one piece of evidence. Okay, we know you're not an Oni. We know. It's not stalking me. The hard part is trying to check for a Ure in a room that doesn't have doors. Tis tough. Ghosty needs some Pepto. You see me? There he is. Connect Games partner? I am. Hello. Listen, no pants dance. I need you to move to somewhere else, please. That would be great. See him go back to the flaps. How big is the map? It's a small map. Tis small. Could you set up the motion? I mean, I have salt over here. The ghost has never walked to me. Has not come over to us. Order up. Ghosty? What are you making? Trapping the Ure in its room. Yeah, I could try that. I don't know. I feel like that's such a sketchy test because of room boundaries. How to get your chat read out loud to you? Third party? I don't know what that means. Pretty unreliable. I don't trust it. I really don't. Twinkle Toes, thank you for the gifted sub. Ow! Are you still in here? Where'd you move out here? Little Town Soldier, I'm not sure that that's what they mean. I don't know. Last time you watched someone play this was Markiplier? Like when he first played like 5 years ago? Five years ago. It's been a little bit, huh? Oh, there he is. Hey. Hey, Bucko. What are you doing? Why were you in the back hallway? Where are you going? Come here. Eat this. Enjoy. All right, let's go find out where it's hanging out, yeah? What door was that? Was that this door? Ghosty, are you over here? That would be great if you were. That'd be a Gur 8. Give me this. Ooh, you here. Be a Ure. Do Ure things. Do it. Do the Ure things. We'll wait. We'll wait. Hey, Fear, I'm good. How are you? Why are there so many things popping up on the paramite? Because there's literally that many sounds happening at once. Do it. Just stare at it. What is the Ure thing? Ure is the only ghost that can touch a exit door. It is the only ghost that can touch an outside door outside of events or hunts. So it being so close to the exit door, if it is a Ure, the chances are way higher of it happening. Unless it is not a Ure and it's a Banshee that just was not stalking me and was not doing its thing. 360, it'll do it. Let's do a slow one. It didn't do it. .360 slow scope. Did I do the Easter egg? Yeah, I think most people have. Yeah, Fear, thank you for the gift to do Apocalypse. Thank you guys for the follows. Hello. Have I tried turning the ghost on and off again? You know, I could. 'Tis true. Wants me to walk away. The thing is, it has to choose. It has to choose to do this. I can't like force it to interact with this door. And if it's a Banshee, it has to choose to stalk me. Do you even ghost, bruh? Nope, never did it. First game ever. How do you know if you're being stalked by a Banshee? There's a few ways you could usually test it. Motion sensors and salt are how a lot of people like to test, because they'll get really far away from a Banshee on the same floor, and the Banshee has the ability to go all the way across the floor to come get you. So like so here, if I go to the front and I sit there and all of a sudden the motion sensor goes off, it probably stalked me because that's way too far of a roam. But I guess I was just really, really hopeful that this would be like a Ure, but it's not doing the thing. Can they only stalk the same floor? No. So a phantom can stalk you anywhere. You could be at the top of Point Hope and the ghost could be at the bottom. It could stalk you all the way to the top. A Banshee either will stalk the player on the same floor, or it has the ability to stalk one floor up or down if its main room is an attic or a basement. So example would be like Tanglewood. If the ghost was in the basement of Tanglewood, that was its room, it has the ability to stalk you on the main floor. But if you're like on, if you're on Bleasdale and the ghost is on the main floor and you're up in the attic, the ghost can't go up there. The Banshee can. What I kind of want to do, I kind of want to hit it with a smudge. Like if I see the motion go off again, hit it with a smudge and then use that time to see if it comes to stalk us. Should you buy this game? I mean, do you want to buy the game? I just turned the light on. All right. Walk through that one more time. I wasn't paying attention. Thank you. No drinks for you. Oh, when it's playing with the stuff. All right. Wow. Wait, did I not pick that up? What the hell? Excuse me. Give me this. Thank you. Also, give me this. It's playing with the cream. Hi, Midnight. It's not a bone. You saw tongs. it's going to come from. You know what? Hold on. I have time. A little bit of time, but not a lot, but it's enough. We run. Demonologist or Phasmophobia? Why don't you go look up and see how many people are playing Demonologist right now? We will wait. I've heard about people getting stuck unsatisfied. I have heard about that. People getting stuck on like the trash can and stuff out here. I have heard said things. This. What the hell? They're busy playing Nightlife. That's not funny. I don't even see the blip for that. Did you get around to watching Chiba's roller coaster? I did. Yes, the video of him watching kill. Yes. Hunting. Dude, is this just an awful... Is this just an awful banshee? Hey Vaughn, doing well, how are you? Careful, you're surrounded. Need to keep looking this way, dude. Damn creaming banshees. Oh no. Oh my God, I was almost stuck. Oh my God. I thought that was it. I thought it was curtains. I thought I was stuck and I couldn't go anywhere. When am I going to play multiplayer? Eventually. So it was at the other end of the hallway this time. It's for Flash goes back. Don't say that. I have an idea of what I could do. A partial idea. Just guess the ghost. No. No. That's basically the same thing as giving up. Sorry, I don't do that here. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. There isn't much different. It's pretty close to my eyes. Oh, 15K 197. It's like this. It's the same. It's the same thing. Is it really 197? How long am I streaming for? Like, where's the blip of it speaking? Where is it? I'll be going for a bit longer. Yeah, when we're done, we'll raid into somebody playing Phas anyway. So if you're earning drops, you'll be fine. This so we know. Good night, Night Raptor. Have a good one. The ghost is not coming over here. What are we missing? Like, these sounds like it touched a door, but then never finished touching the door. Well, the back door, that back door over there is going to be closed because it hunted. So when the ghost hunts, all the exit doors shut. Yeah, me too. No idea where that came from. It's like there's like a limit. What? What is happening? Why does this keep happening? What? I keep hearing doors getting touched, but then it doesn't finish the touch. Like it doesn't move the door. You can't escape. Oh, there we go. Possible Ure. But if so, what? Okay, you know what? Let's go open this outside door one more time. It's a Banshee, 100%. Oh, from all the non-stalking it's been doing? Yeah. That makes sense. Just do it. Just do it. Oh, I've had way more annoying ghosts than this. Way more. Gotta work early. You're good, Peanut. Have a good one, friend. Wait, what? Did I just see this door fully open and shut? What? What the hell did my eyes just see? Is that what just happened? Here, ghosty. Please, just do this one. Just do this one. Please. Please. What are these moderators? Good ones. I think it was open and fully closed. That's what it looked like. It looked like it fully opened that door right there and then fully shut it. Yeah. It's throwing stuff to my right. Just do it, man. Just do it. No, it's to my right. It's in this hallway. Like, is there something wrong with the Ure where it doesn't have the ability to do it on this door? For some reason? Some stupid thing, you know? Where do I go to report game problems? Oh, to the Phas server. Yeah, any issues you ever have, go to the Phas server. Yeah. Will Kinetic let you switch your account? You're more than welcome to have another account, but there's no cross progression. So whatever you gain on PS5, you will not have on PC. It did open and close the door. Okay, so that did happen. I thought I saw it. We were over like this, and I thought I saw like the edge of that door, and then all of a sudden it just closed. Looked back on the clip. Thank you. We just want this. Here, let's put some music on while we wait. This is it, yeah? This is literally it. I have everything else. We're like, if I have to hope in a prayer, that's what we'll do, but yeah. It won't interact with the exit door. No, the Ure, you don't have to be inside for it to interact with the exit door. No, I've had the Ure touch the outside doors when I was in the truck. The mood lighting, it is good. Yeah. So, Ghosty's been back over here. You know, just to make sure like that it's staying nearby, let's go get some firelights and put them at the back door. Oh, if this turns out to be a Banshee, that's going to be upsetting. Going out because the ghost just won't do its thing. And like, to tell the difference between a Banshee and a Ure, when it won't do its ability. Like, let me go back there and all of a sudden just the door is just shut, you know, and then we leave. The dock song, we leave. Here, look, I bear gifts. I have gifts for you. Actually, I probably shouldn't put it that far away, but that's all right. We'll put this one close. There we go. A little extra mood. Does it matter which channel? Well, no, there's mod mail, Crown Empire. If you go to their server, there's a mod, like an actual thing called mod mail, like a person in the server that you can report it to. It's here. Yeah, man. I'm bribing the ghost with fire. We're just hopeful that it's a pyro. Anybody confused why the hell we're sitting here? We're between a banshee and a Yurei, and unfortunately, this ghost has not stalked us a single time. But we think it might be a Yurei. The problem with this is it started out in a room that had no doors. Could definitely entice me with fire. Oh my God, Zero? What up, friend? He is naked. Why would he want to blow out the fire? It keeps him warm. I'm trying to help. Zero, I'm fairly certain I have a Yurei, but it's not doing the thing. Have I tried offering it mustard pancakes? You know, I haven't. To be fair to the ghost. To be fair to Ghosty, I have not. So listen, these are the ghosts. Okay, we have dots, so we know it's obviously not a mimic. It farted on. Let's just take it back. Let's just take it back like we don't know anything, right? Oh my God, Drifter. We took a photo of the ghost. Also, we've watched it hunt multiple times now, and it never disappeared. Wasn't super invisible. Not a phantom. Walked in salt. Farted on us. Saw the dots in person. Came directly to us when I did a yokai test. Not speeding up with electronics. Not a DO. Gained speed, line of sight. That is a banshee or a Yurei. It is not stalking us. It is not giving us the parabolic scream. None of that jazz. With all that time spent in the freezer, I forgot how to do Yurei things. Well, listen, here's its chance. We think it might have done this. Well, using motion for Banshee is not going to be very helpful if the ghost is not coming to us at all. We did that with, we even did it with salt. We had salt and motion set up, and it was not coming to me at all. How can you tell the fart versus the breath? Your breath is whenever it is 5 degrees or lower in a room. The mist ball that we call the fart, you will hear that breath thing as soon as it does it. Yeah. You come to me? Aw, stop. The ghost moved itself back here. It has decided that it doesn't want to use this door. I don't know if any of you guys have had the Yurei use this door. Maybe it just can't. I don't know. If you didn't open the door, the Yurei did it. This door, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that we watched it fully close that door. It would be nice to know that it's still right here, though. Right here. Adjust the door to half open. Oh, you know what? Oh, I didn't realize I could touch that door from here. That's if it's still here. I didn't realize that. Banshees can change rooms. The Gorios can't. Yeah. Skyfire, thank you for the 23 months. Hello. Ghosty might not even be over here anymore. Haven't seen the Yurei affect the outside door since the update changed. I feel like I did. I don't Oh, it's still here. Okay, that's good. Ayo. Okay. Any other spot on the map that'd be good to test for stalking? No, that's not much help. Another place to test. It really depends on where the ghost is. When you're testing for stalking on a map like this, you just want to get away from it as far as you possibly can. So like here, I'm not testing for stalking. We're not testing for that now. We're testing to see if the ghost touches the door and fully closes it or touches this outside door. But for stalking, like if the ghost is near the front, then coming back over here to this room back here, the manager's office, is a really good place to test for that. You have a natural hiding spot in there. Put a crucifix down, motion sensor, ghost comes over. If the ghost comes all the way from the dining area to you, it's probably a stalker. Wouldn't you want to sit there with a parabolic if you're just going to sit? You mean when you're testing for a banshee? Oh, yeah, for sure. I was doing that earlier. Yeah. I sat at the front door of the parabolic and it was not happening. We call the ghost mist hall drops. Oh, the sound. Oh. Wouldn't that door open all the way if it was a Ure? I opened it. So this one I opened and then I partially opened that door. Okay, I can't close it. It fully opened that door though. Just touch the outside door, you butthole. Why won't it do it? Just do it. I want to be so certain of it, man. Has Doc made a mustard pancake song yet? I don't know. I'm not going to ask him. Bearded, thank you for the 3 months. Looking for the badge. I appreciate you. You know, it's just, if it was a normal run, I would just go. But because it's the challenge, like, I don't want to just guess and go and get it wrong. Partially close the outside. Oh, no. If it touches this outside door, it doesn't matter. If it touches the outside door, we're good. I don't have to leave this half open. If it touches this, it's a Ure. 100%. It's over here. I hear you, dude. So if it fully opened an inside door, then it's not 100% sure it's correct. Yeah, if it half opens a door, then you know that it's for sure not a Ure. But if it fully opens a door, could be, could not be. Yeah. Yeah, the only clue left, I have, if it's a banshee, it's not stalking me and it's not giving me the parabolic scream. It's not giving me the wail. So there's nothing to tell me it's a banshee. Nothing. The only way I can tell the difference between the two, if the ghost is not stalking me, is by eliminating a Ure. That is either eliminating or confirming it's a Ure. Yeah. Is the drop this time the donut? Yeah, it's the donut. It's the non-animated version, the standard version. It sucks. It sucks when there's nothing you can do. Yeah. Got your badges, GG's. But we have a ghost that, again, I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong with this door. I don't know. Close it and reopen it. You got it. You know what? Maybe that'll work. Turn it off, turn it back on again. It's a good strat. I like it. All right, Ghost, your turn. Maybe it's its first day. Maybe we have to show it how to do things. It's new here. Whoa, I lagged a little bit there. Maybe it wants to play the game of waiting until you walk. I know. It's waiting for me to look away. Then it's going to, like, shut it and open it. Bastard. Singing a song. All right, now it's a stretch. Listen. What the hell? Would you just do it? Like, come on. At this point, it's science. I want to know that the Ure can touch this damn door. Could you set a video camera? I could, but there's, I mean, setting a video camera, I could, I mean, when I could just visually see it like this. Holy crap. Confirmed. It can do it. Eventually. Good night, dude. Holy shit. The old turn it off, turn it back on again. It worked. Well, at least we know it can do it. I don't know why it took so damn long. Oh my God. You looked away and you missed it. Well, guess what? It's never doing it again. Holy crap. Here, you know what? Just for you. Just for you, we're going to do this, okay? Just for you. Oh, that's true. Yeah, not that song for BJM. Oh, no. Oh, no. Do you need to do anything? No, just watch for 2 hours. Watch for 2 hours and you're set. All right, we're going to set a video camera right here, okay? We're going to go to the truck. It took so stinking long, but at least we know for sure 1,000,000% what ghost it is. No questions asked, right? It's way better to know. All right, watch. Now it's just going to do it. You won't do it. One more time. One for the road? Oh, let's make sure of this. Hold on. Photos, videos, audio. One of those photos was the bone. Yes. We got the ghost. Got the objectives. Okay. All right, watch. Let's see what happens when we're going to leave. We're going to go to leave. Will it do it before we leave? No. Sorry. What if it still said Banshee? I'd be pissed. Like, oh, what the hell? There it is. There is our Ure that was so cooperative. Okay. It did its ability 10 times. Apparently on every inside door that existed, but it only touched an outside door a single time. I hate it here. I hate it here. All right. There we go. Insanity. What that means, what a stinker. What that means is now we go to custom. Now we are on to APOC 1. I'll run through the APOC 1 settings real fast just so you guys can see. It's the default APOC 1 settings. Okay. Sanity's at 75. Sprinting is off. We do have flashlights, thank the heavens. Ghost speed is 150. Roaming is high. Favorite room change is high. Activity is low. Event is low. 2-second grace period, which is fine, I suppose. 2 pieces of evidence. And I'm pretty sure that the power starts on. Door starting open is high. We have the sanity and the activity monitor. And the fuse box is on when we start, which is super interesting. And a cursed possession. Cool beans. All right. Well, we have ads before these happen, so it's kind of perfect timing. Titan, thank you for the raid, by the way. Thank you, friend. All right. I do 3 minutes of ads every hour, so that way you guys don't have pre-rolls if you are subbed, if you do not have turbo. We do this so that way you guys don't get hit by stuff in the middle of the games. So after this, we are on to APOC 1. Let's go. Let's go. Ads are coming. Pulling up this cheat sheet for the speed check. Heck yeah. Yeah, 150 is not a speed we are used to. No, sir. Absolutely not. Drifter, what the hell, dude? Drifter, thank you for the subs. Oh my God. Well, 25 people were saved if they refresh. Thank you for the subs, homie. Oh my goodness gracious. Phew. Well, that means a special wheel. After this, we'll do the Thanksgiving wheel. Yeah, as I say, please, 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 if you ever get gifted, make sure to thank. Was that the Angry Beavers? Yes, it was. You know, I went to my local video store the other day, and they were playing Angry Beavers. I was so pleased. Think any object that operates on a hinge counts as a door? I think some spots don't, though. Well, sorry, there are some places that the Ure can't test depending on what room it is. Yeah. How'd the ghost been? Not too bad, except for this past one that was one hell of a stinky Ure. Yeah. Haven't thought about that show in forever. Shit, I got Daggett and Norbert back here on the shelf. A person of taste in class. Pixel, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for the follows. Thank you. Love that show. Me too. Me too. Next to me, Are You Afraid of the Dark is playing. I don't know what episode it is yet, though. Hold on. It'll say it in a second. It just started. Oh, wait, no. They got to go through the spiel, and then whenever they throw the dust, then they say what the title is. I don't know which one it is. I can't tell. Did you get the tattoo? Not yet. No, I'm talking to a tattoo artist. Because our conversation is more than just about that tattoo. So it's an in-depth conversation. Jazzy, thank you for the tier 1. Thank you. Discovered a demon. Nice. 30 seconds and we're good. Highland Wolvers, good night, friend. How dare you? All Real Monsters. Yep. Hey, Arnold. They're all on the shelf. Yeah. Big fan. I appreciate it, dude. Yeah. So my conversation with the tattoo artist is that it's not just about the music box, because my intentions are to get inevitably a sleeve at some point. So I want to make sure that the music box fits in with where I want to have it and everywhere else. So 'tis the plan. 'Tis the plan. It's just going to take some time, dude. You have Doug and Skeeter over there? Hold on. Can you see them from there? Maybe. They're right there. They're right there. They're right here. Got Quail Man and Quail Dog over there too. Absolutely do. All right. It is time. It is time. Oh, I missed it. Son of a bitch. I didn't look over and see what episode this was. I missed it. I missed it. Supposed to be asleep after the last game I've invested. Go to bed. Get out. Get out. Well, my kids to... I wake my kids to the song Killer Tofu very often. That's funny. I was talking to Chad earlier that my son was randomly singing the Hey Arnold song, the Hey Arnold theme song. Yeah. All right. So we have limited time merch that is only available during this wheel spin. It is the only time that you can get this by winning it via the wheel spin. So what I do first, we need to decide who it's going to, and then we decide what you're going to get. Been up since 3:45 a.m. Oh my God. Is there a cooldown if you won merch already? Absolutely not. If you win, you win. That's just as easy as that. All right. If you guys type !turkey in chat, you are entered to win. I'm going to give you 60 seconds. And if you win, we'll spin the wheel and see what you get. The most that has been won has been the any, where you get to pick whichever one you want. That has been the most so far. So we'll see what happens. I think inevitably, if we get to a point where there's stuff on there that people have not won, then what I'll probably do is just do a giveaway for them. Filmed in Montreal. Oh, nice. Yeah, this is the what's playing next to me is the old original Are You Afraid of the Dark? Yeah. I have a tube TV next to me that's connected to my old PC with an HDMI to a CRT converter, where I have a loop of old 90s Nickelodeon playing 24/7. I want to add more to it, but it works for now. Yeah. All right, you guys have 15 seconds. What song is this? Exclamation point song. It'll tell you. What's going on in the episode? Maybe I'll recall it. There is two kids walked into a room where some lady's sitting there with a bunch of candles. They look like they're creeping. It's funny because I downloaded a bunch, though I don't remember the episode. Now there's a bright light coming down. They look very shocked. It looks like something's coming from the sky. Looks to be some ghostly figure. Hold on. All right, now that ghostly figure is a person. And now they're like walking outside. Oh, never mind. They're still a ghost. They just walked outside through the wall. Okay. Look up the name. Yeah, I don't remember what it's called. And he disappeared. Is the description good enough? Why does it sound like you're describing the Twilight Zone? I mean, it was basically Twilight Zone for kids. It's kind of inevitable what it was. Wait, isn't this might be the one where the old guy does the old guy get like possessed by the ghost and he's like able to talk to the old lady? I don't remember. We'll figure it out. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Need to rewatch the Twilight Zone. I never watched much of the Twilight Zone. I've only ever seen a couple episodes of it. Very, very limited. Very limited. All right. I did see a good handful of those random number names in here, so we'll see. That's your jam? I'll have to take a look. And it is going to KD Ninja. Let's go. Let's go. Mama, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. KD. GG's. All right. Let me make sure that I've got your name down. Either probably tomorrow, friend. I'll spin the wheel here in a second. Once we spin the wheel, whatever you do win, I'll make sure to get it the giveaway link for you tomorrow. That way we can keep the ball rolling. But let us see what it is that you're going to get. And then after this, we have APOC 1. We're on our move with the all difficulty. We're doing kind of all right. Doing kind of okay. Apron. I don't know if anyone's won the apron yet. Let's go. There we go. Perfect. It's exactly what you think it is. It's this logo with Flash Feast on it on an apron. So GG's. Hell yeah. All right. All right. I will get you that. I will get you the link for it tomorrow, friend. I got you. All right. Cool beans. Groovy. All right. Let me adjust this. Then we're good to go. Will you ever release this merch from the wheel ever? No, I think there would be stipulations involved if I were to release this merch. Let's see. This is the one I need. How's ghost hunting going? It is good. How was your stream? Subaru. What the fuck? Friend, thank you for the subs. Holy hell. Good Lord. What the dickens? So the stipulation that I had, played some modded Peak. Nice. Very, very nice. Man, have I played modded? Well, I guess I have. But I think it was just very limited, the mods we played. I think it was like, for the most part, like allowing more people to join and stuff, but not too much beyond that. I will not be questioned. Listen, I just got to say, oh, you stop it right now. You just got accepted into university? Subaru, GG's, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Is it your number one? Chicken leg. We don't mod it, right? It's very, very small amount, like balancing mods that we do. Nothing too crazy. That's awesome, dude. Congratulations. That's such a huge step. Seriously. Been trying for 3 years. Shit. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Did a chaos mod, got the Scoutmaster randomly spawning in chests. Oh, Jesus. Okay, but that sounds fun, though. That does sound kind of fun. I did see people mod Peak to make it almost like a horror, like more of like a horror game. That kind of piqued my interest a little bit. No pun intended. Yeah. So I don't know, maybe one of these days. Trying to get Flash to play Peak with crowd control with me. Oh, God. You know, that could possibly be a thing for Sunday, Phoenix. I'm just saying. How long till it's gone? You have until the 25th. Yeah. What could go wrong? Right? Like nothing. So I was telling, I told chat before, I said the stipulation to where I would probably release said Thanksgiving merch to the public. I said, fine. The only way that we would do that is if we beat our all-time hype train. So the odds of that happening are very, very low and slim. So, and it is the 19th. The Thanksgiving wheel will be gone after the last day of November. So it'll be till the 30th and then it'll be gone. And then December will happen and we'll have December things. Can you show both IDs? Wasted, it is very, very similar. When I say similar, I mean almost identical. This is the standard. This is animated. You have to like stare at this and wait for the like foggy stuff to go away to see the regular badge happen. You see that? It's very, 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 very minimal. But it is there though. Yeah. Hattie, hello friend. How are you? But I mean, but if you're a badge hoarder like the rest of us, then you want to get it. Yeah. All right. Let's do the things. Wish it was more. Me too. Me too. I mean, you have that one. And then like you had, it wasn't this one. Which badge was it? This one. Like, look at the difference. This one at least is a little bit more, but still very minimal. But then you have one like this where like it's very drastic, right? And it was awesome because it makes it look like the flashlight is on. Like, that's great. I love this badge. I love it. Love it. Yeah. But this is the one you can earn right now, though. Yeah. Yeah. Initial guess for going in as a Revy. All right. So just a friendly reminder, we are on APOC 1. So let me go through the settings one more time. Yeah. Just one more time. So the main things to worry about here. We start at 75 sanity. Our replenish is 20. So our restoration. No sprinting. We do have flashlights. The ghost is 150 speed. High roam. High favorite room change. Low activity. Low event. 2 second grace period and also 2 evidence. So careful SpongeBob time. Here we go. Do badges come back? Typically, no. No, so far, I can't think of a time where a badge has come back. APOC spooky? Oh. Don't say shade. Meg, why would you say such a thing? Meg, who hurt you? Oh, it's happy to see us. Too spooky for you? Wait, what's too spooky? Subaru, thank you again. That is wild sauce, and congrats. All right. No idea where it is. All right. Oh, that's right. No sprint. I literally went right to shift. I was like, yep, gonna run. No, I'm not. All right. We need to be extra careful, SpongeBob. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take all this stuff to the front door and then come back for round 2. Good night, Mr. Shea. Good night. Entering the Phaz phase again. Nice. Maybe we'll get lucky and the ghosty will just reveal itself, you know? Is APOC 1 normal speed? No. I mean, I'm normal speed, except I can't sprint. The ghost is 150 speed. Yeah. Oh my God. Can you imagine it just shuts the front door? Shut the front door. Hey, Fuji, how are you? That would be pretty amazing. Let's get everything in there. You know what? Let's do that. Here. We'll have some tunes while we get to the front door. Can the ghost be in that foyer? It can't choose it as a ghost room. No. You know, I guess I could see it shut the front door like this. That's true. It's doing stuff. Good night, punk rock. Have a good one. Why is there an insanity and APOC 1 difficulty? They're both ×6, right? Yeah, but it's a matter. Wait, doesn't the power start on in APOC 1? It does, right? Yeah. I was about to say, I noticed that. That's your tell right there if the power's on or not, because there's that light inside of the thing. The, what you call it? This feels too... I feel like when we're walking back and forth, we need, like, lo-fi. Don't forget the good luck, huh? Come on it. Good night, Mama. Have a good one. All right, give me this, give me this. We're getting all the things to the door. If Ghosty wants to reveal where it is, turn a light switch on. We know it's not a mare. I wouldn't be against it. The fridge light thingy. Yeah. All that in there. Hey, Lane, how are you? Doing well, friend. We're doing well. No, I'm excited for Sunday. Sunday's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, the light in the cooler. The light in the cooler. All right, have you done anything yet? Anything that we could see anyway? Doesn't appear to be so. It's going to be in that back hallway, I swear to God. Is Sunday 12-hour stream day? Yes. Yes, it is. All right, let's bring firelight in there. Okay. What's happening Sunday? 12-hour celebration stream, Stab. Yeah. It's going to be in that little cooler, just stuck. I'd feel bad. I'd feel a little bad. All right, let's pause this. Okay, so that. Let me go get the other smudges just in case. We are celebrating a milestone of reaching 100,000 followers on Twitch. Yeah. Does taking sanity mid-hunt affect Moroi? Yeah, it does, because the Moroi speed is based off your sanity. So if you take sanity in the middle of a hunt, it'll slow it down. It will indeed slow it down. Okay. We should be good. I say should be good. That's a loose term. No, thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Now we're officially going in. Let the ghosty know we're here. We got that. We got that. Let's get... Maybe I double smudge. Maybe I double smudge with a lantern, you know, and just walk around. Look for things. Ghosty's had a lot of time. I see no bone. What time is the stream on Sunday? It's 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern. Ghosty. Oh no. Oh no. I guess it's fine. I hear it. It shook the door over there. I swear to God. I wonder where it could be. Jesus Christ. I can't sprint. No. No, leave me alone. Back off. No. You bitch. Ruda. In the words of Moon. Ruda. Where's the boner jam? What the? Is there somewhere I haven't looked? You know what? Okay. I know where I haven't looked. I haven't looked in the freezer area. Dude, you better knock it off. You better knock it the hell off, sir. Cold boner? I think so. Definitely think it could be. Let's put this here for now. Leave one of these here. Alright. I'm going to go to the truck real quick and just see what my sanity looks like. We will see. Severance, welcome in. Hello. Hurricane. Liquid, Rosie, Wobby, Wavy, Wobby. Zen Dragon, welcome in. Ooh. Oof. We started at 75 and I dropped to 57. It's not an Oni, is it? No, because if it was an Oni, I would have been dropped to 55. Well, I don't know if I get hit by that event or not. No, you don't have to place a crucifix. You can just drop it. You do not have to place it. All right, let's bring in the thermo. Not too worried about a flashlight. We're up to 79 sanity now. And bring more stuff. Oh, got an empty hand. When in Rome. When in Rome. What are we on now? APOC 1. Pretty sure you did get hit by the vent, but hard to say. Yeah, if I start at 75 and my sanity, I mean, it's still, it's possible it's an Oni, right? Maybe. Did I just hear the ghost near me? No. Give me this. Give me this. Give me this. How much do the events affect your sanity? It depends on the event, but also depends on the ghost. Because Onis, most events for an Oni will drain 20 your sanity, not 10. Why is it hiding in the turlet? What the hell? I startled him. I still gotta go get the bone. But I guess I was just trying to figure out the evidence first. Let's do this. But yeah, we have orbicals, so that does remove Oni out of the picture. Let's go look for that bone real fast. I want to get it out of the way. Spooky dookie. Not a spooky dookie. Most events you lose 10 sanity. Oh, look, the bone. I just heard it kick the breaker, I believe. Yeah, I did. Not a gin. Oh, why did I feel like I felt it? I felt it in my bones. I felt it. Repel on a picture of the EMF. Better not be changing favorite rooms, hot shot. Where the hell did the orb? Are you fucking kidding me? Did I just see the orb? Has it already changed rooms? Not a Goryo. Kippy! Kippy, thank you for the sub. Welcome in. Damn. Oh, my Lanta. What difficulty? This is APOC 1. I wouldn't say not a Ure. It didn't partially touch that door. Cooked one? Yeah, cooked one. Yeah. All right, what do we have in here? Let's go. Like the new Prime sound. It's just we're testing something. The test is about copyright things. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? I think the odds. Oh, it's writing. Can the red light event be recorded? Oh yeah, it can be recorded just like any other event. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this smudge on me. It does like doing a good old fashioned stink in the sink, but I don't know why it keeps doing it. All right, so let's take this guy over there. Let's take this guy over there. APOC 1 is 2 evidence. 2. Thanks. Well, when in Rome. There. This here. Put that over there. Grab this. Record it going through this motion sensor in 3, 2, 1. Held it. No more sound right now. He broke the seal. Stupid. I'm just moving everything closer so we can try to get everything at once. Modifiers to make it APOC 1. Main things, the Ghosty is 150 speed. We didn't kick the breaker. Ghosty's 150 speed. We start at 75 sanity. Power's on. We have activity board. We have sanity board. 2 evidence, 2 second grace period. I want that there. Not really. I kind of want it here. Let's try that instead. If we get dots, we're going to see them in person. So at least there's that. Ever have trouble with the motion sensor video? If I ever do, I try my best to pick up both the video and the motion sensor and put them back down. Because that seems to be an issue. Why would you get dots? Because I only have 1 evidence? Wait, what's my second evidence? What was my second evidence? Oh, writing. Oh, duh. Oh, shit. It's Mayor Revithe. I literally took a photo of it. You're trash, kid. All right. So I could get audio. Would you say it's been super active? Oh, bitch. I know. I forget. Literally forget everything. Had me thinking, no. I'm the crazy one. Absolutely not. Totally me. I don't know. I'm not feeling Thay. I could be wrong and it could hunt us and then but I don't know. It doesn't feel like it. Ghosty. Give me some. Well, I wasn't ready for that, asshole. I appreciate that, but goodness gracious. Getting Revy vibes. I knew it. Why did I know it was going to walk directly to that? Oh, you hooker. Why did I know? This is not the first time that's happened. Where the ghost has just randomly walked directly to that spot like it knows you're there. I hate it here. I tried to smudge, but it was too late. I felt like it was walking to me, so I went to smudge. It was too late. Yeah, I'm never hiding in those toilets ever again. If I go to hide in that toilet again, you yell at me. Do you understand? Do you get it? You understand? Never worked for me. Nope. Nope. It walked directly to it. But also, was it Monday where I had the exact same thing happen? Or was it Sunday? Freezer and Revy before the start. I mean, we knew what it was. It looks good on paper, you know, except for the whole you died thing. How do I get rid of that? Do I just keep scrolling up? Was it Monday? Yeah. I think so. What an absolute turd butt. Maybe the ghost knew. It was like, listen, it's getting close to midnight your time. We can't be doing APOC 3s out here. I've died at least 3 times hiding in those stalls. I feel like there's something up. I feel like, so, okay. The Revy is probably the best ghost to have for moments like that because it speeds up when it senses you, right? So it did not speed up to go to that bathroom. It did not speed up. It didn't floor it into the bathroom. We smudged. I walked in there. I shut the door. It just slowly walked back in and went right to that bathroom. Yeah. Almost like the stall walls don't exist. Right. He saw my feet under the door. Damn it. I should have been standing on the toilet. I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna ask them just out of curiosity if there's something going on. Because if they go, oh yeah, there is, I'll be pissed. Maybe it's a creeper and it sees you. I know. That's what we're thinking. Son of a bitch. You know, we tried. We tried our heart out. Break. I saw your message, friend. I'll be messaging you back. I appreciate you so stinking much. Like any IRL public stall, everyone can see inside anyway. Okay. How many public stalls are you looking into? Fix will be in the next update. No, it won't. Lies. All of them? Okay, that's fair. Well, at least, you know, not prejudiced. You go after all the stalls. Can you get both standard and animated? Yes. Yes, you can. Ay, caramba. You know, we tried. All right. Listen, I am going to end things. We'll be live on Twitch over here for a couple more, but I am going to end things on the YouTube and the talk. So thank you, friends. I'll be live on Friday again. Remember, Sunday is the celebration stream. But yeah, we'll go find someone to say hi to here shortly. Ah, what a stinker. You know, on one hand, I guess I am somewhat relieved. I say I'm relieved because if I do all difficulty, I want to be able to do it for in one shot, one stream. But that's not always the case on some streams where I have to only stream for a couple hours. Carthora, thank you, friend. Thank you. Also, anybody that redeems the VIP channel point thing should work now. For some reason, the commands were disabled. I don't know what happened. I'm not sure, but they should be fixed. Should be fixed. Got a 12-hour coming? We do have a 12-hour coming. Very, very soon. Absolutely. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Gary is lurking? Gary? Wait, what? What? Lanky, thank you for the biddy. Would really love lore of the diner map. I don't know if there is any. Yeah, I don't know. I redeemed a few days ago. No, you're good. No, Miss Hightower, what I did for yours is I went in and I manually added yours so that it would extend further than when you redeemed. Yeah. When I fixed it, I made sure it was 30 days. I got you covered. I got you, boo-boo. Any plans to make any more no evidence, no Sandy videos soon? I mean, who knows? Possibly, randomly, we'll see. Yeah. APOC 1's pretty good, Flash, for a perfect run. You know, when you do it right. When you do it right, it can be. Luca, thank you, friend. Gonna finish the flight hourly. Wait, finish my flight hourly with a nap? Wait, what? And not die. Yeah, the whole not dying thing, it's a little overrated, but I heard it's pretty cool. That's just what I heard. Oh, hopefully with a nap. Oh, I got you. Thank you, Luke. I appreciate it. Hattie. Oh my goodness. I don't know what I'm doing Friday yet. I'm not sure. No clue, friends. Still got to figure it out. I don't know. Did it right. No, almost. I sensed like the ghost was walking over to the stall for no reason. It's like, oh, what a butthole. Absolute butthole. I'm so sick of getting a ghost in that back hallway area, though. Man, am I tired of that. That's haunting my dreams. It happens so stinking much. Good night, Meg. Thank you guys for all the follows today. I appreciate it. If you guys are not in my Discord server, that is where I try to update you guys as much as possible about what's happening. If there's any changes in my streams, any special streams coming, I have a event channel that displays it via your time zone. Also, we've got helpful tips for Faz in there, everything. Yeah. Thanks, Faz. Phasmo's like, hey, I'm going to kick you right in the crotch as you're way down. Cloud error. Thanks. Thanks. Thank you guys for a great stream. I appreciate you. Thank you, friends. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let us go raid. Good night. Thank you. All right. Let's see where we're going. And now for the drops, if you're curious, anybody that is streaming Faz, has drops enabled, by the way. Or, sorry, they should have it enabled. Some people, you have the ability to turn it off if you want to. I don't know who would, but it is possible they could turn them off. Thank you, Maul. Oh, Kai, thank you. Finally off. Good night, Miss Hightower. Oh, let's see. You know what? That's where we'll go. I know where we're gonna go. I know where we're gonna go. All right, my lovely friends. If you are a follower, the first is for you. If you are a sub, the next is for you. Creepy tier 3s, that is for you. I am taking you to more Phasmo. So if you're earning your drops right now, you don't have to do squat, but just wait. Because I will take you into another Phasmo stream and you will continue earning drops. It is that easy, friends. That easy. All right. Thank you guys so much for an amazing stream. Thank you guys for all the subs, the bits. Thank you for the follows and the raids. You guys are amazing. I will see you guys on Friday for more fun. Bye.